Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going to go on a quest for truth together. Yes, we certainly are. The first thing we're going to do is share this on out so we know our friends can find us. Because I know that not everyone gets the notification when we go live. And so that's what we do. Okay, we are live. Okay, that ought to get the message across. How you doing today, folks? I was not here for my Friday show because I had a tooth pulled that morning, and it wasn't. I wasn't able to open my mouth very much. So that's where that is. Hello, Edward. Glad to see you here. You're the first one here. Congratulations. All right, we already got one like. I'm going to be number 2. Well, maybe I don't want to be number 2, but I'm number 2. That's my lucky number, I guess. And when you hit that like button, then that will be your lucky number. Someone is number 3 now already. Wow, how do you like that? Fantastic. Well, friends, we have some interesting stuff for you today. Let me see here. All righty then. So Red Pill 78 just had his show on his Comfiest Sunday show. Great show, great guests. He always has a great lineup. Fantastic show. If you haven't tuned into him, check him out on Twitch, on the Foxhole, on DLive, Rumble, all of the alternative, Odyssey. You can find him on all those places and subscribe to him on all those places too. He's a great voice for truth. He gets amazing guests consistently. I don't know how he does it, but he's very good. So go check out Red Pill 78, Zach Payne, the corruption detector. You might already know about it, but that's what that is. All right. Boy, I'm telling you, I don't know if you've ever had a tooth removed. I've had several, and it's no kind of fun, believe me. Believe you me, it is no fun at all. And you know what? I do not take pain medication. Whenever I have pain, I just live with it because, you know, pills cause ills. That's my opinion. I've taken pills for things before and been sorry that I did. So that's what I do. I don't take pain pills. So I was in too much pain the other day. Still in quite a bit of pain in my lower jaw. It's really swollen. I think I might have a cracked jaw, actually. It hurts quite a bit, but I'm suffering through it. Pain is like your best friend. It never leaves you. Yeah. And all the pills do is mask it and cause other secondary problems. So I don't really need that. Let me see. I'm going to copy this and share this to some of the groups that I follow out on the Facebook world. And if you have any social media, favorite social media platforms, please send this out. And we can get more eyes on the truth. Okay? All righty then. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a white shirt. Now, when I stand up, you're going to see what's on the shirt. And I just got this a couple days ago. And this is one of the shirts that we sell here. Skinny Bob. Yes, indeed. That's a real alien confirmed by Bernie Mendez. There's, of course, there's the Truth Quest logo. And this is Skinny Bob, a real live alien from leaked footage, released footage from Russia. Oh boy, I'm starting to disappear here. Isn't that fun? Oh boy. I hope I don't go missing here. Alrighty then, I'm happy to say I still have my human DNA intact. And I encourage you all to keep your human DNA intact. If you know what that means. Can't really talk about what it means on this platform, as you might know. All right, I'm going to, here is this. Oh. And this is the link to call in, and you're welcome to call in. Maybe you've seen hello, Cassandra. Good to see you here. Here is the link to the Zoom call. And I'll open up the Zoom chat. So when you come in here and if your name isn't on when you log in, when you call in, just go into the chat and just tell me what your name is so I can introduce you correctly, okay? All right, there's a little message for y'all. All righty then. And let's see. What are we doing here? All righty then. We're doing it. We are doing it. All right, let's see what we have for you today, folks. Of course, every day is a good day for disclosure. We need full disclosure. We're going to have full disclosure. I think that in the past, lots of things were much, much better. I happen to live in an area that's kind of like the past. Hello, Jerry. It's kind of like the past here. In fact, when I moved here about 20 some odd years ago, I said, wow, this is 1963 here. And it really is kind of like 1963. 1963. I have to enunciate that correctly because everyone mishears me. When I say 19 something, they think it's 18. So I have to 19 instead of 18. So what we have here up in Door County, Wisconsin, north of me here, I live in Sturgeon Bay, but north of me in Fish Creek, about 20 minutes north, 25 minutes north, there's a drive-in movie theater. Can you believe it? And it's an old-fashioned, yes, it's been there since the 50s or 40s or whatever. Thank you, Jerry. Yes, it's a little bit better. Liquid water was found on Mars' surface, puddled by Perseverance rover. Oh, really? Hello, Mud Rabbit. Your shirt came at, did I tell you that? I'll send it out tomorrow. And this is the one that I got. Oh, Catherine, thank you for the super chat. This is my Skinny Bob shirt that we sell at the store too. He's a real live alien, Skinny Bob, and he just rocks. And now you can wear a real alien out. Can't stay long tonight. I have to get up early. That's okay. Jury duty. Wow. Well, I'm curious to hear what that's going to be all about. Drive-ins, romantic. Yes, they really are. You know, if I had a date, I would take her to the drive-in and I would sing something, or at least play it on the radio. And that is okay, good Mud Rabbit, is a a song called Drive-In Show by Eddie Cochran. And hey, Jacob, how you doing? Good to see you here. The whole crew's here now. So the song I would play or sing to my date, if I had one, going to the drive-in movie, is Drive-In Show by Eddie Cochran. And I don't know if you want me to sing a few bars of it, I could for you, but it's a pretty cool song. And it's neat that we have this here. In fact, I took my kids there. In fact, I think I've only taken had one date up there. And that was like over 20 years ago. So I took my kids to that drive-in theater up in Fish Creek. It's called the Skyway or Skyline or something like that. It's very cool. But they have in the concession stand, when you go up and they play the dancing popcorn and the soda and the candy, and they tell you to come there and get some munchies during the intermission. Yeah, they were playing. They were playing an old movie. It was Grease. So I took my kids there and watched Grease on this great outdoor theater. And I remember I was going to say, they use real butter. They have a butter melter there, the original butter melter that was there from the 50s. So there you go. Hello, Smarties. How you doing? Mbop, huh? Mbop? Oh, Mbop. Okay. Well, why don't I go ahead and just give you a little bit of drive-in show. Now, Eddie Cochran, this was a great song. One of the words was misinterpreted and the song got no play. It would have been a huge hit in my estimation. And I don't have my guitar here, so I'll just sing it a cappella, okay? Not looking forward to it? Okay, this is Drive-In Show by Eddie Cochran. Come on, baby, to a drive-in show. I know just the very place to go. I'll be over, pick you up at 8. This will be our very first day. When we're parking in the drive-in show, we'll be sitting in the moonlight row. I'll bet my peanuts to a candy bar. You'll be cuter than a movie star. When it's over and we're heading back, we'll stop in for just a little snack. 6 hot dogs ought to be just right after such a wonderful night. Doodly-doo, doodly doodly doo doo doo. Come on, baby, to a drive-in show. I know just the very place to go. I'll be over, pick you up at 8. This will be our very first day. When we're parking in the drive-in show, we'll be sitting in the moonlight row. I'll bet my peanuts to a candy bar. You'll be cuter than a movie star. When it's over and we're heading back, we'll stop in for just a little snack. 6 hot dogs ought to be just right after such a wonderful night. Doodly doo, doodly doodly doo doo doo. Do do doodly doodly doo doo doo. Do do doodly doodly doo doo doo. Do do doodly doodly doo doo doo. That's it. Drive-in show. Great little tune. I don't know how well I did it. I'm a little bit out of practice vocally. All righty then. And if you're wondering what Eddie Cochran looked like, now the word that was misconstrued was when he says, I bet my peanuts to a candy bar. They thought he said penis. Okay, they got instant no play. Terrible. Yes, Cassandra, but I was there with my kids, so it was really kind of cool because they have like some benches up front where you can go and actually sit, and they got speakers out there and you can hear it. It's been set up like that since the 50s, and there was this little swing set there too. When the part of Grease came up where it was like stranded at the drive-in, when he was stranded, his girlfriend left because he was too amorous. He's sitting on a swing set singing, you know, Stranded at the Drive-In. And my daughter goes, and she was like 3 or 4 at the time. She goes, or maybe my son said, I can't remember. One of them said, "Hey, Dad, look, that was filmed here." And they pointed at the swing set. So that was kind of cool. Wonderful singing. Thank you, Jerry. Nice, Aaron. Thank you, Jacob. Hello, Dark Brain. Good to see you here. Excellent. Best mods in the business, I'm telling you. If you're lucky enough to have one of these people as a mod, you're really doing really well. So I was going to show you a picture of Eddie Cochran. He also had a song called Sitting in the Balcony, but that song also got no play because there was a balcony that collapsed and some people got hurt. And so they didn't play that movie either. So, or that song. So 2 movie songs that he was gypped out of, you know. All my files. Okay, where is it? Desktop. All right, I'm gonna find this picture. I guess I didn't open it up. I thought I did, but I didn't. Oh, here's the desktop, but that's, oh. Something's up here, folks. Something's not, my computer's not computing. Yeah. Oh, thank you, the Store Frontier. Yes, and this is one of the shirts that I just got. It's my Skinny Bob shirt. So take a look at that. It's Skinny Bob. He's a real alien. And that's one of the shirts that you can get. And this is a long sleeve tee. It's, I got an extra large, loose, fits kind of loose. That's okay. But let's see what everybody's saying here. Replay. Replay. Oh, you mean a song? Okay. Well, let's see. First, I got to find the picture of Eddie. You know, where did it go? Where did it go? Thank you again, Catherine, for that very generous super chat. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Oh, did someone call in? I better check my, nope, nobody called in. Oh, to Jacob's show. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to go and watch that. That's awesome. You're very welcome to call in here too as well. And here is the Zoomer. Now, I think Jacob uses StreamYard, right? I'm looking at that. I'm pretty sure that's the one I'm going to go with. It looks like it's the easiest. And so, yeah. All right. Still looking for that darn picture. Okay. My computer's just not, something's up with it, folks. Something's up. All righty then. You're welcome, Mud Rabbit. Where is it? Oh, I wonder if this is it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll have to take a screenshot of this. That's why I couldn't find it. All right. So this is Eddie Cochran with his, oops. Oh, what was that? That wasn't very pleasant. Okay. I tell you, So much to keep track of here. So much. All right. That's why I'm so grateful for the mods. It really helps out a lot. Is there a passcode on tap? Let me see. Passcode. It should have been in that drop that I did. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the other part that needs to be. Oh, maybe I didn't even, I think I did it wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I'm a little bit out of sorts. I've been in a lot of pain lately. Still got a lot of pain. I don't take pills. Pills cause ills, so I don't take pain pills or anything. I just live with it. And so you're trying to call in. Oh, I better keep an eye on that then. All right. There we go. Open up that. And then that should be good to go. I think finally. I hope StreamYard everything is a lot easier than it is trying to do it this way. Check what I dropped. Check what you dropped. Meeting ID. You use StreamYard. Okay. More features. Put people's text on screen. It's nice for guests to reference. Yeah, I've noticed that. That's very cool. Yeah. Okay. There it is. So now I can finally share that picture. Now, Eddie Cochran started at a very young age. In fact, I think when he was 14, he was doing, in 1953, I think, when he was a very young lad, he was doing 4-track recordings, like one of the first ones to do that, him and this other guy he was working with. So that's Eddie Cochran and his famed guitar, the 1620 Gretsch. I think it's 1956 or 57. I think it's 56 is that guitar. And it's the exact same kind of guitar, same model, year and everything, as the one that the Stray Cats Brian Setzer uses. And the reason he wanted that guitar is because he saw it on one of Eddie Cochran's albums. So now Eddie Cochran is very young, very young. He was only 21 when he died in a car crash in England. And so he was, yeah. Thanks, Dark Brain. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit better. Just a little bit better, yeah. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I'm back at it. Yes. I was going to do a show on Friday, but I could hardly open my mouth and it was just terrible. It hurt so bad. And but I won't take pills. I still have quite a bit of pain, but you know, I'm used to pain, you know? Pain's my best friend. It never leaves me. Don't you think? Let's see. Yes, toothaches aren't fun. Above that, what did I drop? Probably the wrong one, huh? Oh, I can't find what I posted. Maybe it's down here. Meeting ID, passcode. Check what I dropped. Oh, just gotta go to bed soon. Okay. But the chatters don't see the whole string. The whole string. The whole string. Okay, whole string. String. Oh, maybe it's this. Maybe this is what you're talking about. Yeah. Let's see if this works. All righty then. Yeah, I'm not playing music because I don't want someone not to hear it or hear popping sounds. Pain reminds you you're still alive. That's right. Yep. That's one thing I noticed when I was out of my body, friends, is you have no feelings. Already fixed. Got it. Um, already fixed. Got it. Already cleared it. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Um, yeah. I'm good now. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Jacob. Yeah. I'm sorry. You do things over and over and you still make mistakes at it, but I guess that proves we're human, right? We're not aliens. All right. Well, let's see here. We got some more things to show you. We talk about Bob Lazar a lot around here, and I came across this today. Pain is weakness leaving the mind. I was lagged. Yeah, yeah. Pain is pretty hard. I've been through quite a bit of pain in my life, but can't complain. It proves that we're living, right? Okay. Here, friends, is representation of the different saucers, some of the different saucers that were in the hangar at the S4 facility near Area 51 in Nevada that Bob Lazar caught glimpses of. He caught glimpses of some of these. One of them, he said, looks, oh, this must be the top hat one. He called it the top hat. Yeah. Okay, this one was damaged. Wow, through a projectile through the upper section. I wonder, yeah, we probably shot it down. Nice work, guys. Yeah. Yeah, this looks like the one that they found at Roswell. It wasn't a disc. It was a Delta craft, almost like an airplane. Looked like an airplane, some kind of modern V-shaped airplane. Disc 4, disc 2, disc 3. Of course, this is the sport model, which is the exact same one I saw back in 1996. 1996, not 1896, 1996. Oh, thank you, Mud Rabbit. Yes, that's how you can email or you can mail me. That's my P.O. box. And yeah, that's my P.O. box in my and folks, I know I've shown you my supercubes before, right? You've seen the supercubes. Oh, is it? How come I can't see it? Oh, where is it? Oh no. Oh, there it is. Silly me. Let me stop sharing and show you the supercubes. These are the supercubes. All right. They're square super balls, and they are made of the bounciest substance on the planet. My father, rest his soul, he just passed away. He built the mold for this, and they're molded at a facility over there in South Dakota where they got a lot of freedom. And so the supercubes, kids love them, dogs love them. They bounce like crazy. And if you can bounce it and then catch it after the first bounce, how many times in a row can you do that? At least 12 inches above the ground or table, wherever you're bouncing on. If you can catch it after the first bounce, how many times in a row can you do that? Because if you can do it more than 15 times in a row, you're the new world's record holder. And I got the Supercube 6-pack here, and I'm offering these for sale now. There's 6 Supercubes in here of various different colors. And they normally sell for $4.99 a piece. Made in America out of very expensive material. But now the price is even higher because the material went up. However, this was a batch that I got before, so I can still offer it at a lower rate. So what I'm doing is I'm going to sell the Super Cube 6-pack along with the time machine. The time machine, you see that? Oh, there it is. For $25, including shipping. Can't beat it. 6 Super Cubes and a time machine for $25. Can you imagine? Great Christmas gift. You got someone always wanted to travel through time. You can get one of these. And I don't know. Yes, it could drive the cats nuts. Cats love them. Dogs love them. They're really, really cool. And, you know, my son, when he was a kid, he had a whole bucket of these things at the top of our stairs at our old house. And he dumped them down the stairs. And he said that was the funnest thing one of the funnest things he ever did. So, and my granddaughter loves Super Cubes. So you're going to love them. They float. They're the best eraser you ever used. So if you're high school age, teacher can't take them. Hey, teacher, sorry, it's my eraser. Sorry, I keep dropping it. And the kids giggle, but I don't know. Do you want me to reveal to you the innards of the time machine now that I get the pricing? I could do that for you. Let's hear it in the chat there. If you want to see what is inside here, I can show it to you now that I have the pricing and everything. $25. And all you got to do is send a check to my P.O. box or my PayPal. And let me see. I'll have to get my PayPal over here, I think. La, 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 la. PayPal. Okay, here it is. Or you can send it by PayPal. But make sure you put a note in there saying you want the Super Cubes and the time machine, okay? And that, by the way, the time machine you're getting free for buying the Super Cubes. And it's a $10 discount on the Super Cubes. So you're getting, you know, it's a good deal. I mean, I might even buy some. Okay, copy. And then we gotta go back over here and we gotta paste. You want it, Smarties? Oh, great. It's ready for you. And there's the PayPal. Oh, leave it a mysterious? I got a yes from Mud Rabbit and a no from Dark Brain. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, I think it's disingenuous to sell something and not show it. So I have to show it to you. And now, you know I'm really into dad jokes, right? Okay. Think of this as kind of like a dad joke, okay? It really does work, but it's kind of like a dad joke. So I think, well, I'm sorry, Dark Brain, but I'm going to have to reveal it here because I just don't feel good about dogs howling. About selling something I don't show you because I make, well, I'm not really selling it, giving away free. Maybe I should just leave it. I don't know. If I get some more yeses, I'll do it, okay? So let's see if we can get some more yeses on showing the time machine. Well, let me just read this off to you first. What's on the time machine packaging. And that is, at last, a real-time device, time machine, okay? Time machine. Okay, then it says, okay, here it is, a time travel device, right? Okay, I'll just read it to you. Yes, now you can go into the future as far as you want, whenever you want. But remember, and here's the big warning, this is a one-way time device, okay? It can only take you into the future. All right. It cannot, I repeat, this device cannot take you back in time, only forward into the future. Yes, we need a referee. Terry Hopper's in the house. Awesome. Please hit that like button. Yes, and that's your lucky number. When you hit it, the number you get there is your lucky number. So there it is. Are we going to get another yes on looking at showing the time machine? What do you think? Do you want to see it? I know Dark Brain doesn't, he wants to keep it an enigma. I kind of like that idea too. But you want to see the cubes again? Okay. Here they are. Oops, this one's not showing up. It's a yellow one and a pink one. There's pink, yellow, blue, green. Here's a green one. The green one you can't see because it's the same color as the what you call it. Do we have any other ones here? And here is the super cubes. All right. Guaranteed to bounce different every time, your money back. You know what I can do? Come on, guys, say yes. Good evening, Celestial Soul. You can get on this too. I'm about to show what the time machine looks like and what it is and how it works. If I get enough yeses. Oh, Smarty says yes, yes, yes. Because I'm selling the Super Cubes in a Super Cube 6-pack. They're normally $4.99 a piece, but you're getting a $10 discount. And they're actually much more expensive than that. They're made out of a very expensive material. It took me 1.5 years to find this material because I originally wanted to make them out of the material a Super Ball is made out of. But when we tried that, PayPal link didn't work. Oh, because it had to send at the end. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. Well, let me go and get that. I'll see if I can make another copy of it. All right. I'll just do this part, okay? This might work better. Yeah, the copying and pasting is kind of finicky on here. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Dark Brain. Yes, so what was I saying? They float in water. They're the best eraser you ever used. And they're just fabulous. They bounce like crazy. They're great for hand-eye coordination and, you know, building up your hand-eye coordination skills. And I even, I got someone from around here bought a whole bunch of them for his class. He was a gym teacher, and he was using them to teach his football players to, you know, be more agile. So that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. They float in water. They're the best eraser you ever used. And Smarties. Well, I better show it quick because you're getting close. So yeah, the Super Cubes, they're fantastic. And it was my invention. I mean, I wanted to invent basic toys with a twist, you know, no electronics, basic toys with a twist. And that was my first idea. I thought, well, what could I do with a ball? What could I do differently that's a ball? And yes, keeping the grandkids occupied. I thought, wait, what if it's square? So I got a little one out of a gumball machine and I cut it with a scissors, good pair of scissors, and into a square shape. I bounced it and went, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. I talked to my dad. He built the mold. And then when we molded it out of the same stuff that Super Balls are made out of, they broke coming out of the mold. So what happened, what we figured out was that material is so unstable that any shape besides a sphere, and a sphere is the strongest shape in nature, anything besides a sphere, it'll just break. Because, you know, in those high density bouncing balls, when you dig your thumbnail into it, you can chip pieces off of it. It's very unstable material. This is a very stable material, very stable. I've had trucks run over them. they're almost virtually indestructible. And so they're just a whole lot of fun. And so, yeah, super cubes, they're fantastic. Okay, I think it's ready for the grand reveal here. We're ready for the grand reveal, right? Okay, so let me get my camera up here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, here it is. This is the time machine. Like I told you, it uses time crystals. Let me show you what it looks like. Look, it's got blue on the inside. Look at that packing material in there. Oh, it's getting exciting now, isn't it? Look how small it is. You can keep it in your pocket. You can take it anywhere and travel through time. Oh, the suspense is just killing me, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So here we go. What is it going to be? What could this be? Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Yes, like the sands of time. Yes, it's like a sand timer, only it's got time crystals in it. So when you turn this upside down, it's almost done falling through. When you turn it, when it's all the way done, and you turn it upside down, then as soon as all of the sand crystals go through to the bottom time chamber, you've traveled approximately 1 minute into the future. The process takes approximately 60 seconds. So you can do 1 minute at a time, approximately 1 minute. Again, the process takes approximately 60 seconds, but you can travel as far into the future as you want. And it's a great gift. Now I got in trouble from the government because they said you can't sell a time machine. And so I'm selling this as a gag gift. Can you believe they believe that? So I'm selling it as a gag. I'm really giving it away when you buy the super cubes. Oh, you're so excited. Yeah, it's got the blue time crystals. Like most normal sand timers don't have the blue crystal time crystals. This is it. Oh, Dark Brain, you must have one too. Awesome. So that's the time machine. Yes, finally, you can travel into time, into the future. Approximately 1 minute at a time. Process takes approximately 60 seconds. So how do you like that? Oh, you just PayPal'd me. Thank you. I hope you put a note on there. Great. Thank you, Terry Hopper. I appreciate that. I'm so excited to offer this to you. You know, we talk about time travel all the time, and now we can all time travel. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just awesome? Yes. But don't go crazy with it, because I could see some people, doing nothing but this so they can get more further into the future. But, I did that first when I realized it. And I thought, wait a minute, I don't want to get too far in the future, right? Don't want to get too far in the future. Jacob Waters said, does the angle of trajectory matter in the speed of travel? That's something I haven't tested yet. I haven't tested that yet. And, when you do get one, if you order one and you get one of these darn things, experiment with it and get back to me if you find some kind of way that I might do that. The angle of it. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Thank you very much, Terry. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's a combination time travel device and an awesome dad joke gag gift to get around, the idea of selling a time machine. Hello, Kelly George. Oh, Kelly, you just missed the unveiling, the revealing of what the time machine is. I'll bring it out again. We'll wait till a few more people come in and I'll break it out again. I just put it back in its package. But yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I knew someone was going to guess it, so I had to reveal it. You can't string a joke along too long, I think I think I milked it pretty good. Yeah, thanks for calling in last time, Kelly. That was awesome. So yeah, again, the Super Cubes, Super Cube 6-pack, and the time machine for a combined $25 donation to my PayPal or a check to my PO box. Put a note in there. You say you want the Super Cubes and the time machine. Time machine actually comes free when you buy the Super Cubes. So there's no way to buy the time machine by itself yet. Although I might figure something out that way. Oh, you caught it while getting your phone? Okay, good, good, good. That's excellent. Okay, so that's that. So that's a great product. Now, the Super Cubes, you're going to love them because they're just great. And you're going to want more than one because they usually bounce to the most inaccessible spot that you have around you. So they're lost very easily. And they're confiscated in schools, but they shouldn't be because they're erasers too. So it's a great eraser. In fact, love my time machine. All right, Tron. Yeah. Yes, it sure would, Kelly. Yes, very good. Very, very good. So exciting to be able to offer you a real time machine. Now, I just discovered this fella today. I hadn't heard of him, but he's got an interesting story. I'm not sure. He sounds pretty, sounds like a true story, but you just never know. But so this guy here, and where's his name? Is his name on here? Oh gosh. He's a retired Air Force officer trained by NASA, by NSA to communicate with gray aliens at Fort Meade. So yeah, I have his name here. Let me see if I can find it. Uh-oh. Nope, I don't have it. Doggone it. Maybe I thought I wrote his name down. Oh gosh. Oh, now I'm upset. I can't remember this guy's name. I listened to part of the video and he sounds pretty convincing. He claims that he went, gosh, I wish I knew. I thought the name was on here. Sorry, folks. But you can go to UFO Disclosure and Secret of Space Facebook page and group, and you can look that up. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll look it up because I feel bad about that. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. That's not it. And that's not it. Oh, lovely. How do you like that? Okay, well, I guess I can't find his name right now. I'm sorry about that. I really thought it was on here. But that's an interesting story. I said I only heard half of the video, so, but he sounds intriguing and I'll have his name by the next show. How's that sound? Groovy. Groovy like a record. That's right. Here's a close-up picture of the time machine. Yeah. The time machine. Uh-oh, is it too far down? There it is. There it is. Bigger than Dallas. Not really. They're pretty small. You can amaze your friends. Tell them you have a time machine. All right. So there you go. Time crystals. That's the key factor here. Time crystals. That's how it works. The magic of time crystals can shoot you forward into time, a minute at a time. Process takes approximately 60 seconds. And you can go forward a minute at a time. It takes approximately 60 seconds. Hard to say with a straight face. Let me believe you me. Yes. And, oh, I found a picture. Now, this is a picture from, gosh, how many years ago? I think this is back in the early 80s. Yeah, it had to be pre-84. So 83 or 82. It's the first time I ever wore an Elvis outfit. And here it is. Oh. Okay. There it is. And now that suit there, I made it out of a sailor's shirt and pants. But that was the first time I dressed up like Elvis. It was for a Halloween party that we were having at my house and the house across from us. We had a big turnout. We put posters up all over the area, the metro area. We had hundreds of people show up. It was pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular. So that was first time in an Elvis suit, and it was homemade. I made it that night. I had a sailor's shirt and I made it into that. I wish I still had that. I don't know what happened to it. I just don't know what happened to it. All right, that's always a lot of fun. Oh, here's something interesting, friends. Now, we've talked about this moon ship, this ship on the moon, right? And from Apollo 20, it's 3.5 miles long. And they went up in 1976, Rutledge, Snyder, and Lenyov. Lenov was a famous cosmonaut. He was actually in the joint Russian-American space venture, which was, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but the Russians were having a hard time docking, and they were crashing their spaceships, and they couldn't dock. So they said, hey, America, let's do a joint mission. Let's do a docking mission in space. You guys figure out the docking, and we'll be the other people. So they did that. And unfortunately, the woman, Snyder, passed away on the mission. But now I've shown you this picture before from an earlier Apollo 16, Apollo 15 or Apollo 6, I think 14 through 16, they were taking pictures, and a lot of pictures of this one area just below the Del Porte crater. And this is the AS-20 1020 picture from NASA. Look at that. This is incredible. So I've shown you this picture before. And look at that little skull-looking image there. I don't know if that is really, that would be gigantic. If this is 3 miles long, it'd be like 4 or 5 miles long, or no, 2, 1.5 maybe. But so they took many pictures of this, and I found another picture. So I'm going to show that to you, so you can see that they were very interested in this. And, you know, with the amount of pictures they took of it, it only stands to reason that they would send a mission there to find it. Look at that. That's a very nice image. So let me check with play with the, adjust the levels here. So let's see. It definitely does not look like a rock, okay? It does not look like the surrounding area. It looks like some kind of craft or some kind of mechanical thing, right? Okay, that's sharpness is all the way up on that. Get a little more contrast. That's about it for that. What do you think about that? Pretty interesting, huh? Pretty darn interesting, I'd say. I would definitely say that. So I was watching Tron and On today. It was a great show. Boy, I'll have to watch that show more often. It's an excellent show. They go over the drops and they really do a number. Quite good, I'd say. Top notch. Ooh, 17 likes. That's a great number. Speaking of that, interesting. Interdasting. Isn't that what they say? And I think this moonship is very interdasting, don't you? I really think that they should at least spill the beans on that. Well, everything really, but this should be one of the first things they release because it's just too cool for school. Too cool for school. And that's the one of the other pictures. There's many more, but the problem is that NASA scrubbed all those from their website. So it has to be like someone who pulled it off the website from before. At the time when I pulled my picture off, there was only one picture of that craft, and that's the 1020 picture, which is the one I show. So there's several more because they were doing pole to pole circling of the moon, taking pictures of the far side. And that's, of course, is on the far side, along with a lot of other very interesting things. And, you know, I used to think the moon was boring, but it's pretty darn exciting. So here's an example of some of the photoshopping or the blurring of images that NASA does. But look at this. I wonder what they're trying to hide there, right? Gee, it's wonder how it's like pretty clear here and here, but boy, right here, something is there. Now, some people are saying it's a tower. However, if it was a tower, there would be a big shadow over here. So I think it's something on the ground that they're trying to cover up. Now, if you look over here, this is kind of angular looking. Let's see if we can tighten that up a little bit. Yeah, this looks like there's something there. Now, oh, look, you can see stuff in here. I wonder if someone with a lot of Photoshop skills could kind of remove that and find out exactly what is under that, because it's a shame that they did that. I mean, it really is. I mean, why don't they just do this, you know? I don't know. It's discouraging how many of these things they're covering up. I'm going to take down the sharpness a little bit, give it a little bit of fuzzy edge because we were losing, it was pixelating a little bit. So there it is. What do you think it is? Any guesses? Moon is full of massive artifacts and unlikely current structures, yes. Geyser? Well, I don't think it's something going up because it would be casting a shadow, even if it was a geyser. But that's an interesting idea. A glass tower? I guess a glass tower wouldn't be casting a shadow. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's long been called a tower. However, I'm looking for the shadow and I just don't see the shadow. because if you look, where is it? Here it is. If you look down here, if you look at this, okay, so the sun is lighting up this part, if you can see that cursor, and then the shadow is over here. So obviously the sun is coming in at this angle here. So the shadow would be over here, and I just don't see it. I just don't see a shadow, although it's kind of obscured, but it doesn't look shadowy. Like, no, maybe the sun's coming this way. Oh, okay, yeah, the sun's coming this way. That's right. Okay, I'm sorry, the sun is coming this way. So maybe it is covering the tower and the shadow? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's real hard to say. Let's see what the chat says. Yes, Tron is available on DLive and Foxhole and Twitch. Yes, I watched him on Twitch today. Yeah. Great show. Highly recommended it. So there you go. And there you have it. The moon. The moon. Off camera? Well, I guess it could be, but it would be near the base. I mean, the base would be giving off, unless the shadow is going in the same direction as the tower, I suppose. But I just don't, I used to think it was a tower. Now I don't think it's a tower. That's just my, that's what I think about it now when I'm thinking about it. Here's something interesting, folks. Now, someone went on Google Earth and they went from the Giza pyramids, and they triangulated three things to divide the Earth up into thirds, and they looked at the opposite side of the Earth. And look what they found, exactly on the opposite side of Earth from the pyramid. Oh, those dogs. And here's what they found. Isn't this interesting? Has anybody seen this before? Look at that. Oops. So here is, they can map the bottom of the ocean with Google Earth. And they found this is actually two towers. There's one shorter one and one tall one. Now, is that just an artifact of the program, or is it really there? They show this picture, but I think this is just like an artist rendering to try to, I don't think they have a real photograph of it. I didn't see a real photograph in the article. This is just the picture of the article. So that's that. Isn't that interesting? That's on the other side of the pyramid, of the world from the pyramids in Giza, in Egypt. On the other side of the world, it's in the ocean, and there that thing is. Now, I wonder what that is. It must have some kind of significance. It's looks like many miles tall. And I got another picture of it here. And this is from the video. There it is. Google Earth. Let's see if we can brighten this up a bit. See, there it is. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? And you can see the top of the second spire going up. It's very smooth looking. It does not look like a natural formation to me. And in the video, they pan all around it. So it's definitely something that might be there. Like I said, unless it's an artifact of the program. Like maybe that's the one part of the ocean that they couldn't really get, and all the data just made that thing happen. I don't know. Is that possible? I'm not even sure if that would even be possible. Yeah, I don't know if it's glass or not. Yeah. So there it is. Something on the other side of the earth, right exactly opposite of where the pyramids of Giza are. Oh, hello, Abby. Yes, Tron is a great show. Tron and on. You know, Tron and on, Tron and on, boom. Tron and on, Tron and on, boom. Tron and on, Tron and on, boom. Tron and on, Tron and on. Yip, 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 boom, 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 boom. Tron and on. I think that song, they should do that song for him. That'd be great. And the location is interesting and it seems significant. Yeah, isn't that wild? You know, maybe some guy at Google Earth, maybe he's pranking someone. Hey, I'll put something opposite here and see how long someone takes to find it. Maybe that's what it is. Glad to see you here, Abby. Yeah, isn't that weird? Isn't that just weird? I just find this so fascinating. You know, Google Earth is great. You can, search, but they do cover some stuff up. Now, it'd be interesting to take a look at this after a little while and see if it's still there, if they have covered it up or smudged it or whatever they do. I'm sure they could cover it up somehow. They're pretty good at that. Seems like they do it a lot. So that's what that is. Yeah, we always think, oh, the mysteries of space. There's mystery right here on Earth that we haven't even begun to discover. Look at all the animals they're discovering. I had a thought today, folks. Think about how many animals there are, right? There's like so many animals. Imagine what the world would be like without any animals. It would not be a very fun planet because animals bring a lot of joy. I mean, even just watching squirrels outside or rabbits running around, even if you don't have them as pets, animals are just amazing to watch. And we're lucky that this planet has so many animals. So apparently, according to some, most planets don't have that much life. So we're abundant in the different forms of life that we have on this planet. Here's a picture. I don't know if you saw this, but and I don't really like to show this person very often because I really don't like this person. Oh, I suspect this is really there, like an energy antenna for the pyramid. Oh, interesting. A counterweight for the energy of some sort. Interesting, dark brain. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Divine Tiffany. How you doing? Interesting. So I don't really like to show this person on screen too much because I don't really like this person. I feel like this person has committed a lot of crimes and even crimes against children. So I really don't like showing her very much, but there's this picture of her this is HRC, Hillary Rotten Clinton. And she's wearing like this demonic robe. She's been crowned some, I don't know, something. But, I don't know. Is it her or a double? Take a look at this. What do you think? Is this really her? Because she's got so many doubles. Okay, Divine Tiffany is doing good. I'm doing much better too. My jaw is finally starting to not hurt so much. So here's Hillary Clinton. Now, what do you think of this? Look at her. Oh, she's not aging well, folks. Is this Greta Thunberg? Of course, that's George Soros. Oh, yeah, the man behind the evil. Yes. Yes. He's not a good guy, folks. He is not a good guy. So there it is. How do you like that? It's pretty incredible. Yes, she thinks she's the queen, right? Hello, Sapo. Not sure how you pronounce that. Everybody has such interesting names, I gotta tell you. Dark brain had you for a second there. It does look a lot like her, doesn't it? Yeah, it's something else. I'm telling you. Well, I can see you guys really like. I saw that meme today, and I gotta show this. Oh man, memes bring joy, and they also bring awareness. Hello, Sapo. Oh, Sapo is frog in Spanish. Oh, okay. Greta resembled Soros. Yeah, yeah, it fits. Oh, that's interesting. I learned something new every day. Yeah, we don't need to go into space to learn anything, but I guess we are. We're already up there. But there's a lot of we haven't known about this. We haven't learned about this planet. You know, what's interesting. Um, we think we're so advanced, right? We're so advanced, but yet, now I heard this statistic probably about 20, 25 years ago. I don't know if it's still true, but at that point, Rome had built more linear miles of roads than the US had about 20 years ago. Probably still, and the Rome roads are still all usable. Sapo? Sapo. Okay. Pronounced Sapo. Okay, Sapo. No, it means toad. Okay, Sapo says no, it means toad. That's what I was told by Sapo. You were told by Sapo that it's a toad. It's an interesting Sapo. And oh look, thanks, Abby. And look at the little frog that Abby put up there. That's pretty cool. Well played, sir. All righty. What else do we got in the grab bag here? Miscellaneous stuff. Oh, speaking of memes, now this really wasn't a meme. It was part of a TikTok video I saw on Fascist Book today. And and I just took a screenshot because I thought this was hilarious. Yes, someone in the Biden cabinet administration has been christened or crowned with a title. Let's see what this is. Not Miss America, not Miss Universe, but Miss Information. There she is. Look at that. Misinformation. It is really, she's so cringeworthy. Just watching her is just, it's cringing time when you watch her and her voice. Now, her voice isn't quite as bad as Camel Toe Harris. I mean, Heels Up. I'm sorry, Heels Up Harris. We'll call her by her real name, Heels Up Harris. Um, but yeah, she's Peppermint Patty too. Misinformation. Oh, humor is divine, isn't it? It's just wunderbar. Oh, emails about gumballs? No, I didn't. Maybe I'll go check that right now. Um, Yeah. Tell me there's no swimsuit competition. Is she animatronic? Oh, well, I think if someone was designing that thing, they'd make it more attractive. Shouldn't be so cruel, but um, the whole. Now I'm going to borrow something from my good friend BCP. Yes, she's a spokesperson for the commander in thief, Joe Biden. The commander in thief. That's from BCP. Go watch him too. He's on YouTube. He's on all kinds of places. BCP, Black Conservative Patriot. Open Source News is his YouTube channel. So there you go. Yeah. I hope that someone doesn't make an animatronic one of her. My goodness. The world doesn't need two of them. Shouldn't be so harsh on people, but maybe someday she'll realize that telling lies isn't a very good idea, and maybe she'll start telling the truth. Well, we can always hope, right? You know? Yeah, it's pretty amazing how brainwashed some people are. Here's a car that they should have built, okay? 1967. Check this out. It's a two-seater Tornado, 1967. They only built one. The designer of the Tornado built one. He thought, I think his name is Bill something. He thought that the Tornado should be more like a Camaro and a Firebird, and it should look like this. I think it looks fantastic. They should have done this. These things would have sold, but they probably would have cut in on the Firebird and the Camaro sales, possibly. I don't know. 1967. No, wait a minute. Yeah, that's when they started. 67 is when they started the Firebird and the Camaro. And if you look at the 68 Fire or 67 Firebird and the 67 Camaro, they were cool looking, but this is cooler looking, I think. I think they should have made that. There's so many cars that they made, as a one-off for shows that they never bothered to go ahead and make. Cool front end and sleek. Yeah, and also the Olds Tornado had no bump in the front because it was front wheel drive. It was the first front wheel drive car. So it was front wheel drive and there was no bump. Every car before that had a hump, where the console would go. This did not have that. And it was something else. Yeah, it was very cool for Oldsmobile. They don't even make Oldsmobiles anymore. They don't make Oldsmobiles. They don't make Pontiacs. Yeah, kind of like a Javelin. Yes, maybe maybe the Javelin designer got cues from this. That could be. That could very well be. Yes, the Javelin was awesome. In the 70s it kind of got weird looking, but in the 60s the Javelin was hot. The AMX. Two-seaters never made a huge splash. I beg to differ with you because I owned a car that was the best-selling car of all time when it came out, and that was the Pontiac Fiero. That was a two-seater, and so that was big. That was a huge splash, and they always sell all the Corvettes they make. Every vet they make, they sell, and they could sell more if they made more. And here's an interesting thing about the Corvette. As you might know, Corvettes are made out of fiberglass. They're not made out of metal. The body is made out of fiberglass. Now, fiberglass has a higher tensile strength than steel, okay? And it can't get dense, it just cracks, and you just glue it back together. But the reason that they made it out of fiberglass was the first year of the vet. And I got that. I'm going to dig that up here. This is my favorite car. I know this isn't really disclosure, but we're talking about lots of stuff on here, folks. So my favorite car, there it is. Okay. And I'll continue talking about this Corvette. And the reason they're made out of fiberglass, the reason that they're made out of fiberglass is because they weren't sure they were going to sell. They were very cautious. They said, you know what, we're not going to make metal dies for this thing and spend all that money. What if they don't sell? And so they said, well, yeah, let's just do a fiberglass. And, you know, we're only going to make 200 of them. And it's probably going to bomb. And, you know, it's a 1 year thing. And they didn't really have a whole lot of faith in it. And it had a little a straight six, I believe, in it, 6-cylinder. So it wasn't very fast. But when it came out, people loved it. And luckily, they kept doing it year after year. They're still making it to this day. But they still make it out of fiberglass. Now, they sell enough of them now where they could make them out of metal. But what they found was the Corvette owners loved the fact that they were fiberglass. It was a point of difference. They never rust, and they're easier to repair. So it became like a feature instead of just we'll skim by making it fiberglass, and if it's a success, we'll make them out of metal. They didn't do that because the people who bought them loved the fact that they were made out of fiberglass. And remember, if you think fiberglass isn't very strong, think about boats. A lot of boats are made out of fiberglass, and they take quite a pounding out on the water and hitting each other. Fiberglass has a higher tensile strength than steel. So there you go. More cars should be made out of fiberglass. And is my favorite car of all time. 1953 Corvette, very first one. Only 200 of them made. And there's much less of those around now because some of them burned in a barn. 4 or 5 of them burned in a barn fire. Yeah, I think they could bring back this Corvette just as it is. And, you know, they could do it, you know, in 2023, because this is 53, 2023. They should do it. They should do it. I love the little cages around the headlights. It's a beautiful car, just a gorgeous car. They were all white. They all had red interior. They all had a rag top. Yeah, I think it's the prettiest car ever designed. 1953. 1953. But that's the Corvette, the very first Corvette. That's what started it all. And one of the things that the people who bought it didn't like about it was the engine. And so they over the years, they've made it into a real fast car with big engines. So yeah, that's my favorite car. Abby remembers the Fiero. Yeah, that was a great little car. That got 42 miles to the gallon, the Fiero did. And because it was conceptualized as a commuter car to go to work and back. So they only needed 2 seats, and it was rear engine, the Fiero. But when design got a hold of it, they made it look like a sports car. And people expected it to be like a sports car, but it only had a 4-cylinder. It was quick off the start, but it wasn't fast in the long run. But I could beat anybody in my Fiero up to 55. I would race everybody, Ferraris, Vets, you name it. I could whip them all because I was a really good shifter. It was a 4-speed. And I could beat them up to 55. Then they'd pass me, but I didn't care. I was already way ahead of them by the time I hit 55 and started slowing down. So yeah, the Fiero was a fun car. Four-wheel independent suspension, just like the Vet. It's a very snaky ride, so it doesn't have no body, has hardly any body lean. So I think they should bring back the Fiero. Of course, they should bring back the whole Pontiac line, I think. So there it is. That's that. What else do we have here for you? Boy, we've gone through memes, the moon. Here's another shameless plug. Where's my shameless plug? I'm gonna get rid of some of these other ones so I can see my shameless plug. Some of the t-shirts that are available on my Store Frontier shop. Oh, here it is. There it is. See, you got the love bugs here to show your love for somebody. It says I love you. It's love bugs. Giving the love bug hug. Here's a Skinny Bob. Of course, that's the shirt I'm wearing right here. Skinny Bob. I got mine in a white shirt. Also, you got the Invisimask. I got that today too, or the other day too, folks. Check this out. That's my Invisimask. I'll show that when I'm done sharing the screen. You got the biggest story ever with a spaceship, an alien, and demand disclosure on it. And Meet the Greys, which is a rendition of, or a facsimile of the first Beatles album. Of course, this is the first Greys album. Andromeda's phenomenal pop combo. And then the Truth Quest logo. And I love my Truth Quest logo. It's very big on the shirt, as you can see. So yeah, that's the shirts. And here's the Invisimask. Now I'm gonna wear this to Walmart next time, or any big box store I go to. And if they ask me where my mask is, I'll just point to this. Look, I got the Invisimask on, man. So there it is. If you don't want to wear a mask and you want to wear something that will, let people know that you don't want to wear a mask or you don't need one, wear that. That'll do the trick. So there that is. La, 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 la. Well, folks, how many more do I have here? I found this picture. Now, I might have shown this before in a previous show, but it bears showing again. All this stuff needs to be shown over and over again, I believe. And that is the elongated skulls, okay? The elongated skulls. Now, here you have a human skull and one of these elongated skulls from Peru, from the Paracas area in Peru. And you can see that the head is much, much larger. The volume inside here is like 30% larger than the volume inside here. So it's not from binding. And you can see the jaws are different. This is much beefier. It's heavier, it's thicker. The bone is much thicker. This bone is a little bit different. And see all these sutures? They're in different spots on this head. If it was a human head, it would have the sutures in the same spots. All these little cracky, the different plates that grow together when you're a baby. They grow together like that. So this, and it has different holes in it for nerves where this humans don't have. And the spine connects to the head in a different spot from where humans connect. The teeth were different. Everything was different. So it's a different species, I believe. Very different. So yeah. Oh, dark brain. Your grandpa had an El Camino with a bad cheap paint job that he put a high power Corvette engine in. Okay, and gave a big surprise to a lot of sports car guys on the road. I bet. My brother had a car back in high school. It was a '64 Rambler, a small one. But someone went ahead and they put a 340 Mopar engine in it with a Ford rear end. And he'd come up against Corvettes, Ferraris, anything, and he would just smoke them because that thing was so little, so fast. Oh my God. Um, that was an amazing car. But yeah, the Paracas skulls, very non-human. Humanoid, but not human. Some weird hybrid? Could be. Yeah, they got the DNA from this. Brian Forrester does a lot of work with this. He's the main guy doing all this stuff. But apparently they've traced their lineage back to somewhere over in Europe, where they kind of came from and settled over there in Peru. So there's thousands of these skulls. Some people say, oh, it's just a freak of nature, just a, a birth defect. Well, there's problem with that is there's thousands of these, okay? Thousands. Not just a couple. There's many, many, many of them. And they're just much, much different than humans. Could they be aliens? They certainly could be, or some kind of hybrid, yeah. Very, very, very likely, I'd think. Very likely. And here are a couple more images. I think I've shown this before on the program as well. And so that's that. This one still has some flesh and some hair on it. You can see it's got dark red hair. And now there's legends of red-haired giants that were cannibals. So maybe if that's the case, maybe we're really glad that they're not around anymore. But look at this guy's head, man. He's got it going. Look at that. He's probably #1 in his class, don't you think, or her class. This reminds me of a dream I had. This skull actually reminds me of a dream, a horrific dream, very realistic, very scary dream. I dreamt that I was having these headaches, and I've had headaches lately. I was having these really bad headaches in my dream. And I went to a doctor, and because it was just unbearable, it was excruciating. Nothing helped. Yeah, you never see artwork depicting them alive. There is some people who've done, some artwork recently of them alive. But it's okay. And in my dream, I was having these headaches. I went to the doctor, and the doctor took an X-ray, and he said, well, I don't know how to tell you this, but your brain is growing at a very rapid pace. In fact, it's growing so fast that if we don't increase the volume of your skull, you're going to die. And I said, increase the volume of my skull? How would we do that? And he said, well, we've been talking to some people. We think we figured it out. And so I reluctantly agreed. And when I woke up, I was horrified, absolutely horrified what they did. What they did was they basically cut the top of my head off and put like a plexiglass box going up. You could see it growing taller and taller. It was disgusting. I couldn't believe they did that. I was like, man, that's one dream I hope never comes true. That dream was, boy, when was that dream? It was a long, long, long time ago. It was probably 20 or 30 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting dream. It was a very horrifying dream. It's probably one of the worst dreams I've had as far as something happening to myself. But I've had other dreams that were much more interesting and less disturbing. But yeah, a lot of time my dreams start with the title and music. It's all in color and it starts like a movie. At the end, I used to have dreams like this. I haven't had a dream like this in a long, 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 long time. But when I was a kid, I used to always have movie dreams where I would dream a movie, but it was no movie I ever saw. And at the end, all the written bys would go up, all the title things, the names. The Invisibox, like that. Oh, the Egyptians had headdress. Yes, they did, to hide it, because they had elongated skulls as well. A little bit different. Theirs went more kind of this way, whereas these kind of go straight up, or relatively straight up. Hi, Silbor. How you doing? Glad to see you here. I'm glad to see all of you here. I'm so glad to be able to do a show. I couldn't talk on Friday. I couldn't do a Friday show because I couldn't talk. And I don't know sign language, so I couldn't do a show. Couldn't people create those? What do you mean, like the skulls? If you created them, then they could tell it wasn't made out of bone. So I think if you're talking about the skulls, but yeah. Oh, you mean through binding? The problem with binding a head is it will not increase the mass inside the skull. These skulls inside, the brain cavity is 30+% bigger than a normal human brain. So by binding a skull, which a lot of people did, and probably to emulate these creatures, because maybe they were gods, maybe they were rulers, but a lot of people would do binding of the head of a baby's head to get that shape of a head. As it grew into that shape because it was bound. It had to grow long instead of round. But you can't get a larger volume inside by doing that. If anything, you'd get a smaller, a little bit smaller possibly, because the bone has to figure out how to grow a different way. But yeah, they're real. I don't think those could be faked either. You just stopped in to say, hey, okay, Silbor, I hope you have a good dream. All right. So that's the elongated skulls. They also wouldn't have the sutures in different spots, the plates, platelets, what do they call those? Yeah. Scary, huh? Wild. Wild stuff. Yeah. What do you think about that? Boy, oh boy. Teeth. My dentist my old dentist got in trouble for telling jokes. He pulled too many good ones. And so I went to get my tooth pulled the other day, like I said, and I said, Doc, I need this tooth pulled, but I don't have insurance. What's it going to cost me? Dentist said, well, it's going to cost about 250 bucks. I said, 250 bucks for an operation that only lasts a second? So he pulled it slowly. I tell you. Yeah, I hope you don't get the skull dream either. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have even mentioned that. I'm sorry about that, but that elongated skull just reminds me of that dream. I had another interesting dream many years ago about in the dream, and when I'm dreaming these dreams, it's like it's real. It's like totally real. Color, smells, everything. And anti-denatite. I didn't watch very much Seinfeld. I'm not sure what that means. But I had this dream many, many years ago, 20 or 30 years ago again. And it was so cool. I dreamt that I was a reporter. Okay, I worked for some news agency and I was a reporter, maybe like a newspaper or something like that. And I was assigned to go interview this botanist. I think that's what a plant scientist is, right? A botanist. So I went over to interview this guy. I had my pad of paper and a pencil, and you know, I really wasn't very into this. I was talking to the guy, and after a little while, he said, "You don't seem like you're too interested in this." I said, "Well, yeah, not really." He said, "I'll tell you what, put the paper and the pencil down and come with me. I want to show you something." And this is off the record. I said, "Okay." So I followed him into this little room. It was like an elevator. When the door closed, these intense red orange lights came on. And I said, "What's this?" He said, "These lights will burn off the first layer of your skin and anything on your body that's on your clothes or on your body that's not sterile, because we're entering a sterile room." So this light did that somehow. I don't know if that really exists or not. But so then the other door opened up, kind of like a two-doored elevator, but it didn't go anywhere. Just the one door opened up, we got in, it closed, and then the other door opened up and we went through into this big white room. Everything was white, shiny, clean. And there was this man sitting in a chair at this little round table. And he was just sitting there, almost motionless. And he says, "I want to show you my latest project. This is not for the public consumption, though." And he introduced me to this man at this table. And I shook his hand, and his hand felt kind of light. It didn't feel like it had much weight to it. And I said, "Good to meet you." And he said his name. And I wish I could remember the name because the name was amazing. The name was like the coolest part of the dream. I can't remember the name for the life of me. But so I shook his hand. It felt kind of light. It was kind of weird. And then this woman comes, this kind of in a nurse out in a white, she's like in a doctor gown or whatever. And she has a bowl of water. No, that didn't come yet. First, he said, "Meet so-and-so." I wish I could know the name. I wish I remember the name. He said, "This person you just shook hands with is a plant." I said, "What?" "Yes." He said, I worked with various different plants and bred them together to create this hybrid plant. And I got the sap of the plant to run almost as fast as the blood in a human. Wow. And then the woman comes and she's got a bowl of water. She puts a bowl of water on the table. Oh no. And then the man puts his hands in the bowl of water, and he absorbs it, and he sat up a little straighter. And then the woman came back with a bowl of like composting, and she like lifted up his shirt, and from the waist down he was like dirt and roots, and she poured that in there, and the stalk coming up looked like a thicker corn stalk. And he said that he had to create robotic arms, lightweight robotic arms that he fitted this being with, and like a human type face, which was like not really the plant, but just so we could interface. But so part robot, part plant, but the robot part was just so we could interact together, the arms and the hands and the face. And this plant person started telling me about the history of the earth from a plant's point of view. Because in this plant, and every plant, as he told me, are the memories of the entire lineage of that plant. Like the memories of, like, they're super intelligent. And it was so amazing. I was so amazed. And I woke up and went, what? That wasn't real? What? It was really freaky, but it was really, really cool. It was a cool dream. I'll have to try to remember the name of that guy, but I've been trying for years to remember it. I haven't remembered it yet. So, oh my God, Kelly George, over $100,000 in the past 2 months, and I'm still not better. Root canal, etc. Oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Do you know what you should do? Is do you have a university around you that has a dental school? Because you can get dental work for free at dental schools by students. I mean, they might not be, they might actually be better than the ones that are out there. I don't know, but that's one way to do it. But yeah, dental work is very expensive. It shouldn't be. That's a wild dream. Thanks, Dark Brain. Yeah, there's a lot in there. Yeah, he told me the whole story, and I can't remember, I can only vaguely remember just the kind of the outline of the dream, but it was super detailed. He was super detailed, and it was incredible. And I thought, wow, I came in there as a reporter being totally disinterested. Now I'm like super interested. So yeah. Oh, 1,000. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is 1,000. Sorry. Yeah. But you can get free dental work from dental schools. And I had some friends who did that, and it worked out well for them. But yeah. Dentist. Now they're scientists are working on growing teeth. Have you seen this? And they're getting pretty close to growing teeth. And maybe I'll look that up. Growing teeth. See if I can find that and pull it up for you. It's very exciting. Okay, is this it? This might be it. Oh, there's no pictures. Okay, I have to look for pictures, I guess. Images. Oh my God. Oh man. People have some pretty weird teeth. If you ever want to get freaked out, look up teeth on the intranet. Wow. I'm not finding, let's see, I better go back over here. Wow. Yeah, what they do is they make this substructure out of some kind of plastic that will dissolve over time, but it gives the it gives the body something to build the tooth onto, like a substructure. And they've grown some teeth. I think they've done it in monkeys. And of course, the next step is humans. So I'm really hoping that they do that, because I've got 3 teeth in a row missing now. So it's going to be hard to chew, you know, but that's what that is. Okay, what are stem cell dental implants? Can you regrow teeth? This might be it. Let me see. Yeah, it's quite interesting. I'm really interested in that. I don't want to get the implants. I would rather get grow the teeth. Yeah, I can't really find the article right now. I'll have to look that up for the next show, possibly. But yeah, you can look it up yourself and find something. Yeah. Maybe they scrubbed the internet. Maybe they don't want people to know that. Hey, Austin, how you doing? Wow. A friend of mine's dog lost a tooth, and she paid for a tooth implant for the dog. The implanted tooth was made of titanium. Wow. That's the bionic dog. Yeah, thanks, Abby. Yeah, it is quite something. You know, the one they pulled was the middle one, which had no tooth on either side. And that tooth was a trooper. It really chewed a lot of food for me. So it came out in one piece. What kind of teeth? Molars. So on my left side, on my bottom, I have my wisdom tooth, and then 3 blank spots, and then my front teeth. So I don't want to show it to you. It's gross. It's still healing. But yeah, I'll have to chew very, I don't know, maybe get a blender, blend all my food. Oh, good. Austin's doing good. Good to hear. Yeah, teeth. It's a problem. It's a big problem. But, you know, sharks keep growing more teeth. They lose teeth, they grow them, they regrow them. So we could grow teeth. And some scientists are doing that. I just couldn't find the article just right now. There's too many other articles that aren't about that. And I don't want to spend the whole time looking when we're doing a show. So here we go. Let's see what else we can conjure up here. Oh, maybe you guys, I don't know if I showed this or not last time. Another moon picture. And this is from UFOVNI disclosure. It's the spire. It's the spire on the moon. It's very tall. And there it is. I don't know if this top piece is actually connected or if it's part of the, oh, look, there's something right here. Wonder what that is. See if this can pop it out a little more. Maybe it's a star in the distance. I don't know. A ship? Or they, who knows? Orbiter? Could be the orbiter. Because while the astronauts are on the moon's surface, the orbiter, which they detached from, is still going around the moon. So when they pop back up in the lander, they leave part of the lander there, and they pop up in a littler part of it, and then they join back up with the orbiter. Which, can you imagine how difficult that would have been? And they did it all with punch card, like stacks and stacks of punch cards. An incredible feat to get to the moon. Just incredible. It really, really was. I mean, people don't appreciate how far we got with what we had back then. Dark brain. If I lost a tooth, I would want a metal implant, probably super spendy. Yeah. I had a friend in my old neighborhood who had a silver front tooth. It was silver. I thought that was so cool. Richard Hoagland and Mike Barra in Dark Mission claim that the moon is loaded with anomalies like this. Oh yeah, it is, definitely. Okay, Silbor, take care. Thanks for stopping by. We really enjoy seeing you here. And there's the dog. It never ends. It never ends. Yeah. Interdasting. Oh, here's something I wanted to show y'all. Now, when I was a kid, you know, I watched the moon landing and everything, and I was really into space and wanted to be an astronaut and all this stuff. And I, you know, watching men land on the moon in '69, I figured, well, you know, by the time I'm 30, we'll probably have hotels in space or on the moon. And hasn't been one yet, but look at this. Did you know the world's first space hotel will open in 2027? Well, will it or won't it? It will cruise around the Earth in 90 minutes. This hotel will also have 400 people and will accommodate restaurants, cinemas, and rooms and spa. I just think that would be so cool to vacation in space. I mean, unless something happens, it would be the coolest. But here, what this is here, folks, is it's a rotating space station hotel thing, okay? What they do is they rotate this to simulate gravity, so that on the outside here would be like the ground inside you'd walk on. But the further closer to the center you get, it's zero gravity, okay, in the very center. So you could go and hang out in a zero gravity area, possibly. That's what I would want to do. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Or you can go hang out in your room, or maybe they could call it the Love Boat in space, huh? How do you like that? Think that would sell? Captain Stubig, get him on there. Oh, and William Shatner is going into space, folks. What do you think about that? Did you hear about this? William Shatner is going to go into space in Jeff Bezos' phallic-shaped rocket. He's going to go with Bezos in the rocket. I guess they're going up together. Well, I feel sorry for Captain Kirk that he has to go up there with that guy, but I got to tell you, I'm worried about the trip, that they're going to take. I just don't have a lot of confidence in it, and I'm a little bit worried for William Shatner. Um, William Shatner, he was great. He was the best captain of the Starship Enterprise, by far the best, the first and the best. What a great actor. Not only he's a great actor, he's a great overactor. That's very important because overactors are very interesting to watch. And so, yeah, what do you think about that? Who's going to build it? I don't know. It looks like it's from Science and Curiosity, some kind of site or something. Space Wheel. Yeah. Now, apparently they do already have space stations like this in orbit. And this was revealed by William Tompkins. So apparently, was it William Tompkins or yeah, I think it was William Tompkins. So what they did was now the one that they have in space isn't exactly round like this. It's like there's straight sections because they used the hollow rocket hulls from rockets they used to piece it together to make a sort of round shape, but it does rotate like that. And that is the space station that some believe will be revealed as, the secret space program. But really, it's only like 50 years ahead of where we are. The other stuff is much, much more advanced that they're not going to tell us. Yeah, there doesn't need to be a cinema in space. The views would just be breathtaking, wouldn't they? Incredible. But of course, if this thing is rotating, you're going to have like a what? A blurred view, unless they stop it for a while. Maybe they would do that. I don't know. Okay, Austin's talking about Frank R. Paul illustrated the Warren Rad station for the cover of Amazing Stories, one of the great covers for that magazine. Yeah, I have a friend, River Speak on Facebook, and she posts a lot of those old science fiction covers. Very interesting artwork. Yeah, isn't that fan? So maybe finally we will have a space hotel. I mean, I wanted to go to the moon. There should be a hotel on the moon, but of course we know that's occupied and people kicked out of there. And okay, 1952, they did a station like that in 1952. Werner von Braun. Okay, interesting. 1926, 1952. Yeah, it's not a new idea for sure. It's been around for a long time. It's how they would generate false gravity by using centripetal force, right? Is it centripetal or centrifugal? Depends on how you say it. Oh, did you hear they want to? I don't know. I saw a meme. They want to bring the frozen body of Walt Disney back to life. I saw Austin mention Walt Disney showed a space wheel for the Disney TV show, which was in the late 50s. Yeah, they want to bring, they're going to attempt, apparently, if this is a true story, I don't know. You never know, right? Might be false. But they want to bring him back to life because he was frozen back in what, 72 or 73 when he died. And they thought they'd freeze him and maybe they could fix whatever was wrong with him in the future. We'd have technology. So we'll see if that's a real story or not. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. My buddy RatX on his channel, go check out RatX 172 on YouTube. He does a lot on that. So he does mention that. He covers 1972 pretty like nobody else. Hey, Corbin Phoenix is in the house. If they do, somebody should ice him permanently. Yeah, now that we know more about him, of course, is that true? You know, maybe. He died of cancer in 1966. Thanks, Free Range Brain. Hello, Free Range Brain. Glad to see you here. 1966. Yeah, I also heard that, you know, Walt Disney wanted to build the Epcot Center. He wanted to build Disney World, but he did not want it to be a theme park. He wanted it to be a real working community of the future with people from all over the world working together as a kind of a model for future humanity of everyone living together in peace. And that was his dream, and he did not want it to be a theme park. But after he died, guess what? They made it into a theme park. They did do the Epcot Center, and they had different sections, and you know, but it wasn't quite exactly what he had envisioned. He envisioned a real working community, doing all kinds of things, not just, you know, restaurant stuff, hotel stuff that they did there. But you were at Epcot today, Free Range Brain, awesome. But apparently, this is the rumor I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently Walt Disney made a bunch of videotapes or films of of his response, and he made several different ones. And what he did was when they played these films, they had to play these films as they were doing the theme, the Epcot Disney World. And at the end, also another film was going to play. But there was like, okay, if this happens, play this film. If this happens, play that film. So in the end, when it was turned out to be just another theme park, he played the video, and he had when they showed this in this theater or whatever it was, there was seats where people were supposed to sit. They were assigned seats. And so he on the movie was pointing to individual people and naming them and saying, I told you I didn't want it like this. What did you do this for? You know, and so that's kind of interesting if that's true. Kind of a control freak, but I can understand what his initial idea was for that. A lot of brainy people are here tonight. Yes, that is nice. Yeah. Free range brain, dark brain, lots of brains. We got the brains here, don't we? Yes, we do. All right. Make sure you share this on out to your favorite social media platform. Okay. Testimonies in the Martin MacArthur Commission. Oh, true patriot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of revelations now coming out, and I don't know if they're true or not, but there could be that it's a big child trafficking thing. Whether Disney, I think he was a Freemason, wasn't he? I think he was a Freemason. Yeah. So there's that. Freemason. Okay. Okay, here's something interesting, folks. Our cloaked unseen world. I got a brain full of rocks and hot air, according to some trolls. Yeah, don't we all? Yeah, the trolls are trollish, aren't they? Yeah. Check this out. From Mediarite News, Karen Fan sends recommendation to AG Bronovic, and 41 legislatures nationwide demand audits in every state. Yes. Oh, the wheels of justice move so slowly, don't they? They sure do. They most certainly do. But if we can clean up the mess, if it takes a couple of years to clean up the mess, then we'll have safe and secure elections from now on. I think every election should be audited automatically right after it happens so that they can figure it out before the inauguration, right? Especially for a president. But yeah, every single poll worker should be filmed. Every screen should be recorded, everything. And there shouldn't be screens. It should be just paper ballots, but everything should be photographed and filmed. Disney, Orlando, and the Kennedy Space Center are right next to each other. Oh, they're probably inspired by each other. Yeah, full of soy. Yeah, trolls are soy boys. Yeah, Antifa types. Boy, those people. You know, we're all one, but some of us are on a dark path. Not me, but some people are on very dark paths, and they're being tricked to go into these paths by people that are controlling them, like the media. Hello, Mary. How you doing? Thank you. Yeah, it was fun going on Red Pill and seeing Thomas on there. Thomas looked great. He just had his gallbladder out, so he was in pain recently too. Um, I'm still in quite a bit of pain from that darn tooth coming out. It's all swollen right here. I probably can't see it, but oh God. But I don't take pills. Pills cause ills. Oh yeah, Austin says I read the trolls are paid shills for a failed and dying system. Yes, I would have to agree with that. Yeah, and these fact checkers, I mean, come on. They're fact checking opinions. I mean, how can you fact check an opinion? It's We're watching the Chinification of America. And I've said that before. It's the Chinification of America. Look, we're going vaccine passports. Pretty soon we're going to have what China has. They not only have that, but they have social credit scoring system. So what you do and say affects your social credit system, and you could, you know, get zero credit, lose your money if you don't obey the overlords. So yeah, Australia has it pretty rough. People are starting to rise up over there, but they had their guns taken away back in the 90s. So they're going to have a tough road to hoe. That's why we should never give up our guns here, folks. Our Second Amendment is a very important thing. I never used to like guns because my nephew was shot 20 times, age 18, killed. So I never really liked guns until I heard Jesse Ventura saying that the only thing that stopped Russia from doing a land invasion in the past was the fact that they would have had to have gone door to door to disarm all these millions of Americans. It was just too big of a task. They didn't want to do it. They didn't think it could be done. So it's really critical to our national security to keep our guns, folks. So don't let them take your guns. It's Second Amendment. It's like right after freedom of speech. So it's a very important one. They wouldn't have put it there if it wasn't important. They know how important it is. McCarthy was right. Communists infiltrated everything. Yes, they did. And now we're finally starting to wake up. You know, I just love watching these school board meetings across the nation. These brave people going up there and fighting for logic and sense and freedom and no tyranny. We don't want tyranny. We don't want that, do we? Oh, thank you, Mary. All three of your favorites. Wow. Well, that's thank you very much. That's incredible. That's a really awesome compliment. Yeah. Just looking for another interesting picture to show y'all. Y'all? Oh, how about this one? Let's take a look at this. Now, this is a photograph. MJ12 brought down McCarthy? Could be. This was a photograph taken decades and decades ago, I think back in the 60s. And some people think that this is a spaceman in a spacesuit behind her. The person who took the photograph does not remember seeing this image. No one remembers it. Now, I have a theory about this picture. I think it's the back of somebody. Here's like his hood, from basically wearing like a hoodie or something. And this is maybe a baseball cap backwards, and this is the bill, or else that's his hair and he's bald on top. But you see the way his arm is bent? He's facing the other way. So it could be just someone walking. That's what I think it is. I don't think it's a spaceman. What do you guys think? Yeah, this has been around, and a lot of people think it's a spaceman. I don't think it's a spaceman at all. I think it's just something, just a person standing back there in the distance. George Soros. Yeah, he's the guy behind it all. That's right, Austin. Oh, Abby says my great grandfather was questioned by McCarthy's crowd. Oh, I'm quite sure he was an outspoken artist. Okay. Oh, Kelly George agrees with me. Good. I think you're agreeing with me. Yeah, trick of perspective. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just a person with a white jersey with a hood on it, maybe, or a necklace going on the backside. I don't think he's leaning back. I think he's just walking. What I did on this image, and I have to dig this up. I think it's on one of my other computers, but I took this image and I put it in my computer program here, and I drew what the rest of the body would look like, and where it would be. And it totally makes sense when you can see that, when you can see the drawing of what that looks like behind. It just makes more sense. Okay, Uncloaked Unseen World says, if you do not trust their story, then you will presume that it's a guy walking. No, their story wasn't that it was a spaceman. Their story was they didn't see that when they took the picture. So if it was a guy, if it was just a guy, they wouldn't notice it. It would just be a guy. But if it was a spaceman, they would have noticed it. And they would have said, hey, yeah, we saw it when we photographed her. But they claimed they did not see this. They did not see anything when they took this picture. But Rockwell Kent. Yeah, I don't know if it's a uniform or not. I don't know. Yeah, his elbow is bending the wrong way to be facing this way. He's not facing this way. His elbow is bent this way, okay? This is his back or her back, okay? Yeah. And I don't know what it is here that's making his head look that way, but it could be just hair and he's bald on top. I don't know. There was no one behind their daughter at the time. No one else was in the area behind the little girl. Okay. Well, I take pictures. I don't remember what was in the picture that I took. I look back at the picture to find out. I don't really. Hello, Mr. Dennison. So that's that. I think it's a dude or a woman walking away, just a little ways from her. You can even see a little bit of a foot here, maybe. Well, that'd be too tall. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, I'll have to dig up that artwork I did. Aaron Rockwell is the great grandfather. Interesting character. Great first name. Yeah. Oh, not of this dimension? I guess that's a possibility. I don't know. Well, if it's not from this dimension, it's probably not photographable. But anyway, I think it's a dude. It looks too human to me. You never know. It's a mystery. Someday we'll figure it out. I think I already did figure it out, but yeah, believe what you want to believe. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I just think looks like a dude with his elbow bent. If he's facing forward, his elbow would not be bent that way. It would break the arm. I mean, oh, Mr. Dennison, you just did a stream to no one. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, maybe they'll catch it on the replay. Abby says, yeah, definitely a dude. Yeah, I think it does. It looks like a dude. Let's see. We're going to zoom in on this guy, okay? And we're going to do a little manipulation here. See if we can't suss out something here. See, now, if you look at this, This is something, right? I don't know if it's like the back of a hoodie or something, but his arm is clearly bent this way. This is his back because his arm wouldn't be bending this way if he was facing forward, wouldn't be bending that way. And his shoulder blade is right here. So let's do this. Let's do this and increase the brightness. That didn't do much. Let's take the color out. Oh, that's interesting. Let's sharpen it up a bit. Yeah. Well, I really just don't think it's a spaceman like people think. I really just don't. I don't know what it is, but I think it's probably a dude. Probably a dude. That's my guess. Let's give it sepia. How's that look? Yeah. It's kind of a scuffed up picture, isn't it? Well, and the other thing you think about when you say, oh, it wasn't there when we took it, is a double exposure. Like they took the picture of the dude or it was on the camera for some reason, and then they took this picture and it was a double exposure possibly. And since this is a darker image, it kind of just took over that. I don't know. Maybe not. Looks like they're walking away, the man. Yes, I think so too. But, you know, it's up in the air still. Yeah, beekeeper. Yeah, I thought that too. Could be a beekeeper. Looks like what they might wear. But yeah, interesting photograph, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think? Yes, very much so. Indeed. Yes, indeedy. Oh boy, I just noticed the time. Oh, brother. You got 17 people watching now. That's the magic number, folks. That is the magic number. 17. That's what it is. Oh, some of you might not have seen this. Some of you know that I do Elvis shows, and I've done Elvis shows for many years. Now, some of you might have seen this, so let it be a surprise to those who haven't seen it. Okay. All right. I was doing Elvis shows quite a bit. I still do them from time to time. I do birthdays, bar mitzvahs, weddings, divorces, any happy occasion. But I also was invited on stage and I got to dance with the famous Chip and Dale dancers. So now I only got to do it one time, okay? They didn't invite me back because I think probably because I was built a little bit better than they were. I was like, you know, not as dumpy looking, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. And so here I am dancing on stage there with famous Chip and Dale dancers. There they are, Chip and Dale. And that's me in the middle there. So there you are. There you have it. Yeah. Let's see. Are we all in the end here? Yeah. How do you like that? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. They're pretty famous, but I think I was in a little bit better shape than they were. So they didn't want me to dance with them anymore. Aaron's gun show. How do you like that? I got you there, huh? Like I said, lucky you. It's so cute. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Dancing with the famous Chippendale dancers, I tell you. There I was. Moment of fame there. I'm glad we caught it on film. That was when we were at Disney World. Took my kids to Disney World. If that's your thing. Which one is me? I'm the guy in the middle. That was 2006. That was in 2006. I took my kids to Disney World. I'm a denim typhoon. A denim typhoon. I don't know what a denim typhoon is. But yeah, it's denim pants. I wore Gerbo pants, jeans all the time. I used to. They don't make them anymore. I don't think they do. But they fit so well. I mean, they fit so good. I mean, they just felt good on. Unlike any other kind of jeans that I ever wore. But the Gerbos, I think those are Gerbos. Maybe those aren't. But yeah, that's what I used to wear, Gerbos. Yeah, there it is. Famous Chippendale dancers. Funny, huh? Yeah, I used to have that picture in my Elvis book, and I'd show it to people, when I was going to get gigs places and showing my Elvis book of my different outfits and such and my artwork. And I'd say, oh, yeah, and here's when I was dancing with Chip and Dale dancers. I know it's Chip and Dale's, so I got to say Chip and Dale, but most people don't catch that. Yeah, very interesting. Well, friends, remember now, if you want to get the time machine that I'm producing, putting together, packaging, and you will get this free with the purchase of a Supercube 6-pack. Okay, $25. Now there's 6 Supercubes. The Supercubes, for those of you who haven't seen them, where did my Supercubes go? Oh boy. Oh, here they are. They're square super balls, okay? And they're the best eraser you ever used. They're fun. Dogs love them. Kids love them. And if you can bounce it and catch it after the first bounce, how many times in a row can you do it? Because if you do it more than 15 times in a row, you're the world's record holder. Make sure you got it on video. You'll be the new world's record holder. Has to be at least a foot above the surface that you're bouncing it off. And you can go for the world's record. So for 25 bucks, you get 6 super cubes. Now they're normally $4.99 a piece. They're actually more expensive now because the material skyrocketed. So once this batch is done, I won't be able to sell them for that anymore. And it's $10 off the old price. Plus you're getting a free time machine that's guaranteed to deliver you to the future. And So there it goes. Yeah. And I guess I'll open this up one more time because people are curious. They want to know about the, and for those of you who haven't heard this, I'll just read this off to you. Okay, at last a real-time travel device, right? Time machine. And here's the more information. It says the time travel device. Yes, now you can go into the future as far as you want, whenever you want. But remember, this is a big warning. This is a one-way time travel device. It can only take you into the future. It cannot, I repeat, this device cannot take you back in time. Can't go into the past. Only forward into the future, okay? So let's see what this little baby is. Now, some of you saw this from before, but for the new people who just came here, look, there's time crystals in there. And when all of the time crystals from the top time chamber go into the bottom time chamber, you've now traveled approximately a minute into the future. The process takes approximately 60 seconds. So there you go. And you can just keep going as far into the future as you want, 1 minute at a time. Approximately 1 minute takes approximately 60 seconds for it to activate. And you and everything around you gets transported approximately 1 minute into the future. How is that? So that's, and I had to, see, check this out. You can read it. A 3-letter agency made me classify this as a gag gift. LOL. So there you go. It's a gag gift. It's a dad joke. It's a physical dad joke, okay? Makes a great gift for anyone who's interested in time travel. So I know we already sold one, so there you go. Thanks, Dark Brain, for putting up my PayPal. 25 bucks, and you get it. That includes shipping. You're getting a discounted Super Cubes and a free time travel device that you can brag to your friends that you have. A time travel device with time crystals, blue time crystals. Look at that. This is not a normal sand timer, folks. This is a time travel device. There you go. How do you like that? Red in the Valley. Oh, thanks. I'm a gem. Thank you. Unpolished a bit, I would think. All right. So that's that, folks. So there we go. And there we have it. That's the time machine and the Super Cubes. So you can amaze your friends. Tell them you have a time machine. They won't believe you. When you break it out, they'll have a nice, good old laugh, and you can go as far into the future as you want. But be careful. Don't do it too much, okay? Because you might waste time. You can't go back, so don't go too far in the future, okay? Because you can't go back. Enjoy your life, live your life. Just do this every once in a while. I think you'll be fine. You don't want to have to go to Time Travel Device Anonymous. I can't stop doing it. I can't stop going into the future. Yeah, we don't want that. So that's my disclaimer. And you can't go into the past, only into the future. It's a one-way time device. I'm working on one that bring you to the past. That's going to take a little bit more noodling. Am I going to be in Vegas soon? No, I was only in Vegas once and only for a few minutes. I was supposed to be there a week, but something happened. It wasn't good, and I left. So yeah, I was only there once and didn't get to. I had an audition set up with this guy who had ties to Elvis. And he was looking for new Elvises, and I had my suits with me and everything. And then something happened, and I had to get out of there. So it didn't work out. I would love to go back there again sometime, but yeah, I don't know when that might be. Don't know when that might be. Time travel is addictive. Yes, so be careful. You don't want to go and say, my name is Aaron. I'm a time travel junkie. I can't stop flipping this thing over and traveling into the future. Then I wonder about the past that I'm missing, that I can't go and reclaim. So there you go. The travelers to the moon saw a ruined city on a lunar far side, but there was no narration saying that. You were just shown an image seen from lunar orbit. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, there's so much stuff. And I guess also on the far side of the moon, Corey Good mentioned this, they found ejecta from the sun, like glass, like shards, long, tall shards of glass that were ejected from the sun, or glass-like structures. So, yeah, from the last solar flash, we're supposed to be coming up on another one of those things by 2023 or 2024, sometime between now and then. It's going to happen when the planet and we are ready for it to happen, apparently, but it's doesn't sound too good. Do I do private shows? Well, I guess I've done private shows for my girlfriends in the past. Yeah. I had some ladies coming at me once with dollar bills, 3 ladies. I'm like going, oh my God. I was kind of scared. And I was saying things like, listen, I don't have paper cut insurance, okay? Be careful. Be careful. Some of those parts still work. Be careful. Oh boy. Yeah. Private shows. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you want to hear me sing, you can. If you didn't hear it at the beginning, I sang a song at the beginning. You can turn this back and listen to that. It was a cappella though. Disney was a Mason, yeah. And he might be at Alcor. That's the place that freezes bodies. I think one of the places that does Alcor. And I thought Michael Jackson wanted to be frozen too. We are ready for disclosure. We start with decertification. Yeah, decertification and what? Another election? I don't know how they would do it. But, if the Miss America cheated and won, they'd give it to the second runner-up, right? Who was the second runner-up in the false, well, the true winner, actually? And remember, the Constitution says that fraud vitiates everything. Fraud vitiates everything. So once fraud is shown, and it has been shown clearly with lots of evidence to back it up, tons of it. And they didn't even talk about the kinematics from Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. He's under an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, probably from Smartmatic, their lawsuit against him. That's why he was missing in that audit results the other day, Friday. So that's still coming out. And there's some bombshell stuff there, like that you won't even believe. Only like 3 of his 10 points were mentioned in that, and there were 3 that were not as highly damaging. So, yeah, we need a military. Yeah, and we need a non-woke military. We need to get that critical race theory the hell out of there. Excuse the lingo, schmingo. But we need to get it the hell out of there because it is teaching racism. And that's not right. This is not a racist country. But if the Dems have their way, which they're doing right now, they're going to make it into one by teaching the kids to be racist. It's sick. It's sickening. So I'm going to go to my school board and talk about the masks and anything else if they're doing critical race theory. I'm going to I'm going to raise holy hell over there. Excuse the lingo, schmingo. Erection frog instead of erection fraud. Just to avoid an internet censorship. Well, fraud vitiates everything according to the Constitution. So it vitiates the whole election. And probably that means everyone who was elected, like all the senators and everyone else who was running. Oh, Pulitzer's kinematics will be shown soon. They got to let folks digest this first. Yeah, and he wasn't able to say it. He's under an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, which I think non-disclosure agreements are bunk. But anyway, looking forward to more results coming out. The results, even if the results that did come out on Friday. Oh, this is Max. Hello, Max.
Hello, Aaron. How are you?
Well, I'm a little bit better. I was just getting ready to close the thing up because we've been going since about 8:15. And that's, I'm trying to keep my shows to less than 2 hours, but
that's perfectly acceptable.
Some reason I can't. But what's on your mind? You're on the air, and we have people listening.
I would just urge the Patriots we're living in difficult times, to be calm, and I know crazy things are still happening, right? It hasn't ended.
Mm-hmm.
Just look what happened in that state neighboring California. We know there's still things don't seem to be going our way.
Well, I think they are. Just the wheels of justice run very slowly.
Right. But we're going to see a lot more bad things happen before it all turns around.
Well,
and we just have to be patient. Like, I don't know if you're aware of this. You might go to the BCP and look, the bill that was just approved by the House.
What was that?
That would take away our gun rights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go see the most recent BCP.
Okay.
131 Republicans voted with the Democrats.
Oh, I did hear that. Yes, that's what it was from. Oh my God.
And so they're making it a crime to possess a gun.
Any gun?
Any gun.
Wow.
So now, of course, it's got to go into the Senate.
It's not going to pass.
What do you want to bet they're going to approve it?
No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
I don't know.
That goes against the Constitution, dude.
I know it does.
And that's the only thing protecting us from invasions and things like this.
I know it does. I know. I'm just telling you to prepare you. We've seen all these other things happen.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen all these other things happen. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think anybody's going to comply, of course.
Well,
but think about it. That was their real purpose in trying to stage this thing in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We know what the purpose was. And they were having it ready. They were going to have it ready so that they can roll this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to stage some kind of event and say, look, we've got to do something now,
Mm-hmm. Speaking of that event, did you see that the Capitol Police are stalling again from releasing the FOA request for information on Ashley Babbitt? The one woman who was shot and killed, and they didn't investigate that. Instead, they got hundreds of people in solitary confinement that were just walking within the ropes and taking selfies. Unbelievable.
Right.
When you have a false narrative, you have to lie to make it work. So.
Right. Now we all know that the drops have revealed truth to us.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 3 years in advance.
Sure.
The drops were not given to us for no reason, right?
Right.
It seems as if, there's a lot of people saying, well, nothing's happened. Well, it's going to happen.
A lot has happened, though. That
Right.
I don't think nothing has happened. I think a lot has happened.
I
And
know that, but there are a lot. There are a number out there that are despairing almost.
mhm,
And I know good friends that are in that position, and I tried to explain to them, if you would follow the drops, you would, and the information that went along with the drops,
mhm,
the revelations that were, you would feel better about this.
mhm.
But I think some, just unreal things are going to happen like that, like I just said with the vote. But don't worry, it's not the end. And you are aware, I don't know if your other listeners are aware about BLM and how they are now fighting the V passport in New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're having
Good,
not riots, but
good, good.
and
Be
so
careful what you
that was
start. It
also
might fight
prevented.
you. Yeah, be careful what you start. It might fight back at you. Yeah, that's
Well,
that.
it might be. See, I don't know what's going on there yet. Maybe it's just real people who really believe in the movement organically
Mhm.
might have said we're tired of being co-opted, and so maybe they're going out and saying we're going to show what we really stand for, not this other BS.
Maybe.
And we can hope, right?
Yeah. Well,
I do know. I had a friend of mine talk with her good Democrat friend in New York City, and she could not believe what was going on, and she could not believe that what was being pushed, with regard to the V, right? And
mhm.
she said it makes no sense, because she's starting to wake up. She said, it makes no sense. How can, if you have a pandemic, how can you be letting all these people in at the southern border
Yeah.
without any kind of tests or anything else? Says, yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. And you see that AMA male fighter, beat the crap out of
Oh
a
yeah,
woman almost to
right.
death.
The male that won the.
What happened to the left's women's rights thing? Whatever happened to
Well,
that?
there are protests against that, of course.
Unbelievable.
They're protesting against that.
It's sick. It's Satanism, because
Right.
it's really easy to recognize Satanism because they subvert anything that's natural. If something is natural and it's being subverted, that's Satanism.
See, just remember the plan that was put together to take down the deep state understood what these people would do at every turn, right?
Yeah.
And in most cases, the plan was designed to let them step into a trap by doing what they normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the nature of what's going on here. A lot of these bad things are going to happen. I want to prepare everybody for it. They're going to happen, but don't freak out.
Uh-huh.
Don't freak out.
Well, we always have,
God is still in control.
and we still have
The
Durham.
Patriots are still in control.
We still have Durham
And the military is still in control.
and Durham.
And Durham.
That was the last drop, Durham.
Right. Last drop.
Yep.
And see, he's not, there's no way they can stop him.
They must have him in some really protected area that can't be, because I imagine that the deep state's looking for him.
Oh, it's not just him. He has 2,000 some other attorneys.
Right. That's a lot.
So remember, I think it's absolutely true that we're living under a belligerent occupation. So that they're already hemmed in. They're just waiting for their demise.
Yeah.
But they're allowed to act out and do these things for one reason: to wake up the rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the one reason they're allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a special time in the humanity as a civilization. This is. I know that's so hard. I keep saying it, talking about we're in this training simulator for all of mankind. all the evil forces of the world are come together. The City of London, the
Vatican.
the bad people from Germany that has the N-word,
Mm-hmm.
the
The
Chinese,
Vatican.
all of them.
The Vatican.
Yeah, all of them. They all normally they wouldn't work together, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they're too arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the reason they're working together. The reason it makes no sense is because it's the crescendo. It's the last dying gasps
Mm-hmm.
of the evil in this simulator. And we got to be there. We got to be calm. And the other people, trust me, will gravitate toward our calm. I'm sure a lot of people will already understand, just like this Democrat was understanding that, they tell us that these people are violent, but again, they have a gathering and nobody shows up. There's no evidence of violence,
Mm-hmm.
And they know they're capable. The Patriots are capable, right? They know, but they know there must be a reason they don't. There must be a reason that people would rather quit their jobs than get a jab.
Yeah.
So that's waking up so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be disheartened out there. Remember, you really are the salvation of humanity. Every one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of you that's awake.
Just
I know even some of my close friends, I say some of the stuff and they don't really believe me, and I understand that. I understand you have to have read the post. You've had to have seen some of the data that goes along with it. You have to and you have to have the benefit of seeing what we've seen. And not everybody's seen the same thing.
Right.
And so
Des Volt.
I guess that.
Hi, Des Volt and Red in the Valley. Des Volt says Archbishop Vigano called the V a satanic baptism. Yeah, I think it is. Could be.
Well, yeah, it's like accepting the mark of the beast, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. When they have the passports, right?
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to do anything unless you have the passport. That's what they're working toward.
Oh, Red in the Valley says Vigano. Am I saying that right? Help me see the truth. Him and many others. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Yes, we all were asleep at one time. I was totally asleep not too long ago. I'm a recent weaker.
Nature.
That's the way it goes. I mean, 30% of the people at Trump rallies are Democrats. Think about that. You had the walk away movement where millions of people walked away.
Right.
So
it's not a Democratic versus Republican thing.
No.
It's versus evil.
Yeah.
On the purest level. And so we, as terrifying as it can be, we have to try to suppress all fear and have faith that the good always wins in the end. And we've been told time and time again through the drops what would happen, and then it did happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 years later, right? They put something would happen, and some patriot would discover, hey, there's a drop that told us this 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it time and time again. We can't lose faith. Look at the calmness of our former president, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He was great, wasn't he? Did you watch his speech?
Everything's going according to plan.
Uh-huh.
This is exactly as the plan. So don't worry.
I gotta say hi to.
Go about your lives.
Go ahead.
Go about your lives. Obviously you can take preparations. We know that there's supposed to be this month supposed to be some clan food shortages. Get extra food when you can.
Yeah. I guess
natural gas prices just doubled. If you rely upon propane for heating, go get it now. Order it within the next 2 weeks.
Well, I got natural gas in my house, so it's piped in. There's no way to get extra.
Okay.
But I gotta say hi to Cajun Jules. Hello there. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Things where you can. to save yourself some grief and money, because what's going to happen is price is going to go up. People are going to be in mad rush to get it quick, right? And then nobody will be able to get it. So do it ahead of time.
Yeah. Red in the Valley.
Ideally within the next 2 weeks.
Red in the Valley says, I didn't wake up to the realization of Jesus Christ. And when that clicked, it nearly crippled me. Now I'm trying to learn and change my ways. Well, good for you. Yeah, I think that's excellent.
Well, the biggest thing to remember, the biggest thing that they want us to, the deep state wants us to respond to, is the fear they're putting out. So the last thing you want to put out is fear. Right.
But we do have to make our voices heard at school board meetings, at town meetings, county meetings, anything that
we have to resist.
Yeah, you have to
peaceably resist in every way we can.
Yeah, get as many people as you can to come with you to these and film them and upload them onto social media. And that's so reassuring, so awesome to see all these people. Every day there's new videos of people standing up for these mask mandates that don't make any sense. Now, 100 years ago, apparently we had a different pandemic, Spanish flu, where more people died from wearing masks and getting bacterial pneumonia than they did from the Spanish flu. And they've known this for 100 years.
Right.
So what the heck are we doing? This is, you know, the ridiculousness of all of this is.
Right. Well, there are some bad things going around that people can catch, but it's not the mass killer that they have tried to make it out to be.
No, they were hoping it would be, but.
Right. They conflated it, right?
They're covering it like
it
it is.
They showed these moving numbers on the screen, which had no bearing in reality. It's just a moving number.
Yeah. And they paid
hospitals. We know that.
Then they told hospitals not to stop all unnecessary surgeries and all this and prepare for COVID. And then no one was coming in. And so they were strapped for money. And then they're offering, oh, if anyone dies of COVID, we'll give you an extra 35 grand or 40 grand. Well, guess what?
Right.
They're going to name everyone who dies COVID so they can make money. They're money-making organizations.
Right.
You just cut them off from all of their money. So it's really diabolical, and it seems like something China would do. That's why I say it's a Chinification of America they're trying to do.
Right.
You know, pretty soon they're going to be knocking at your door asking for your organs. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't even have a piano. Sorry, I can't help you.
Anyway, that's the message
Well, thanks.
Time is
Thanks, Max.
Be calm. God is in control. The Patriots are in control, and the military is in control. And this Pino is just part of, and the government he represents is just part of a belligerent occupation under the Geneva Convention. And so they've actually got them surrounded. They're allowed to read about go read about those things. What I want to know, and I haven't read it, somebody could read and find out. It probably says right in that Geneva Convention what the signature nations are required to do in the case of a belligerent occupation. You know, they aren't just going to describe what a belligerent occupation is. They're going to say what they do, what they will do about it.
Right.
And I don't know what that is, but I'm sure that's part of the answer we're looking for.
Yes.
I'm sure that's why we were led to that information, so that we could see that all member nations are required to resist. Well, this is occurring worldwide, so you know the white hats are everywhere resisting it in their own country and working together globally. Real globalism, but the kind that works. The kind that's important, you know?
Cajun Jules says, I hope the caller is right. We need to stay vigilant, though. Yep, we do.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yep.
We
stay
do.
vigilant.
We can nip some of these things in the bud when we see it, right? You know? well, we need to be calling our senators and saying, you best be voting with the Patriots.
Yeah.
You know,
and run for office and become a precinct committeeman, because the precinct committeemen are the ones that choose the candidates. So if you're,
right.
say if you're gonna, whether it's Democrat or Republican, we need good people on both sides. So if you're leaning Democrat, go, be a Democrat committee, precinct committeeman. They call it different things in different areas. So find out in your local area. Or if Republicans, be a committeeman, a precinct committeeman, because they choose, and you can find out who are the patriots, who are the America First people, and get it in writing, maybe, hopefully, I mean,
ask the tough questions, put them on record.
Yeah,
just
film
because
them.
they have a D behind their name or an R behind their name, don't trust that, because
Film them, yeah.
The deep state's going to try to fill up with a bunch of rhinos.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to have to question them before we give them our vote.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cajun Jules asks, who is the caller? That's Maxwell Smart. That's why he's so intelligent. Maxwell Smart.
So that's the most important message, and I'm sorry if I drill it in all the time.
It's okay.
But I know there are some that are terribly uneasy right now, and we're all uneasy. But we all have the benefit of knowing and seeing some of these other things in the drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Say Max. Say Max.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cajun Jules says he sounds similar to Cody Snodgrass. So is that your true identity?
No, I don't even know who that is. Who is that?
Me either. But that's what she said. Yeah.
I actually, in case you haven't noticed, I've got a number of aliases. I changed it.
Okay.
I got more aliases even than my friends know.
Oh, that's good.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
I even have additional phones that people don't realize.
Okay.
You didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know some, but you don't know of all. So, and there's a reason for that. There are potential dangers. Let's just say it that way.
Okay.
But the bottom line is that I don't possess something that would threaten the movement.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I have ideas, and I have some knowledge, but not knowledge that's threatened. It doesn't matter. The die has already been cast.
Mm-hmm.
They're done. They just don't know it yet.
Right.
Or maybe some of them do know they're the gig's up, but they're just playing their last pieces.
Right. Red in the Valley says, Red in the Valley says, don't forget, there's more and more people waking up and need refreshers. Yeah, that's true.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of why. That's the whole point why all this bad stuff is allowed to transpire.
Mm-hmm. So we can find our
Several
light.
Things. It allows more of them to be revealed so that we can file charges against them. Yeah,
we can shine the light on them and shine our light.
Right, and
bright.
But it's also this is about the liberation of mankind. This is about people declaring where they stand before we all offend.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that don't awaken don't graduate this time around.
Mm-hmm.
No, God doesn't leave anybody behind,
mm-hmm.
ultimately. So don't worry,
mm-hmm.
If your family members don't wake up, don't worry. They're not, it's not the end of them.
Right.
Right. They just have to go another cycle before they graduate. But, all are redeemed,
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we've been told, it's not everybody eventually moves forward. So don't worry. And what we're going to see after this is just going to be technology beyond our imagination revealed to us. They'll no longer be able to stop it from us. we will have the world we all dreamed of. We'll see a united world like we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
We'll realize just how much they really lied to us.
Yep.
You know, they tried to create division and war all this time, but most of the people were already tired of all that. They'd already learned that this was not the way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's across essentially all the religions, except perhaps Satanism.
Yeah.
You know? But all the generally accepted religions.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, fear not.
Fear not. That's right. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. It's just false evidence appearing real. And
right, that's the whole game, is make us fear.
CNN's lost 80% of their viewership. 80% of their viewership. They're tanking. Yeah. So people are waking up, and they're watching, you know, shows like this.
This is the greatest movie, a movie, except it's real. It's a movie and it's real.
Okay. Kelly George.
It's the same.
Kelly George asks, Aaron Moriarty, please ask Maxwell when is a good time to call. I can't call until Tuesday.
Well, that's fine. You know, anytime.
Anytime on Tuesday?
He'll call after, let's say 2 a.m. Eastern. Okay.
Okay.
2 a.m. to say 7 a.m. Eastern. Don't call during that time. Otherwise, anytime's fine.
Okay.
And if it's something more emergency, call anytime.
Right. And I don't do a show on Tuesdays. That's a different call they're talking about. So.
Did she try to call already?
I don't know. Oh, okay. Abby says this guy next door is straight off the street corner in Chicago. Gang, prison. How does that come here to Vermont? Well, they're doing that. They're busing these people all over the country. And, you know, there's going to be crime is going to explode, because I think a lot of these people are sleepers, or they're trained provocateurs, or you know, just criminals, because they've emptied out all the prisons worldwide, and they've sent them all here because they want to defund the police. They want criminals everywhere. They want crime and murder and everything happening, so they can call the UN in and go door to door and take all our guns away and then enslave us all.
And just like what happened in Germany, remember, there was all these things happened prior to the rise of the Nazis. I don't want to say that word because I know it's a buzzword. Mm-hmm. And what they did is they did the same thing, defund the police.
Yep.
So that they could bring in a
brown shirts,
a national police force.
Yeah. And Pelosi's trying to make the Capitol Police Force nationwide. She's got one in. She's got a outpost in Florida and in California, I believe.
Right. This is what's called the brown shirts.
Yeah.
Those are, you know, that's what they're trying to bring here. We read the history of Germany during World War II, and you'll learn some of the same organizations. So with the same name existed. Mm-hmm. The one with the anti-something, you know. Mm-hmm. I don't go say that word either. The anti-something group.
Right.
Their flag is the same, except the background color has changed. That's it. It's the same organization. You know. Anyway, so this is really like the Matrix. Mm-hmm. We're really in a simulator. Remember that God created everything, including evil. Why did God create evil? Mm-hmm. As a training aid in the simulation. Mm-hmm. Everybody plays the role of evil in their ascension process, in part of their learning process. We all did. Mm-hmm. Probably many times. We were all despicable, you know? We all were. So that's why we should be compassionate about even those that are playing the role of evil.
Yeah, that's a
But
good point.
remember, they have free will, of course, but because of karma, they'll eventually learn the lessons that we did.
Mhm.
Okay, they'll ultimately serve good.
I got to say something here. Abby says, I have to get out of here ASAP and I'm broke. I want everyone to pray for Abby. She's in a bad situation. She's got a criminal living near her. She's afraid. That's no way to live. She wants to get the heck out of there, but she's broke. So everyone pray for her. And if anyone can help her, please help her. Because
where's she at? Locale, roughly.
I think she said up here, Vermont. All these liberal areas are going to be overflowing with criminals if they aren't already, because that's what they do.
Right.
That's what they're doing. This is their plan. They're trying to destroy the country, and it's just really hard to do because it's such a good country and such good people in the country. They're trying to paint.
She can find patriot groups in her area, or she's a member of a church. She can quiz around if other people are align themselves as patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can help her to find a safer place.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of liberals in Vermont. Right. There's a lot of liberals in Vermont. I don't know. There must be some patriots there. Has to be.
I'm sure there are, and the churches especially. That's the one surefire place to find more patriots, right?
Burlington, Vermont, I guess. I am afraid. So Burlington, Vermont. So let's send our prayers to Burlington, Vermont, Abby in Burlington. And we're all praying for you, Abby.
And go on a lot of these chat sections and some of the other patriot sites, mm-hmm. and tell them their situation and ask for help, because someone's got to know someone near there.
Yeah.
You know?
And we also should pray for that criminal, because everyone's,
because they can be redeemed too during this time.
Yeah, possible. So everyone can change their ways. So maybe something will happen. Maybe he'll turn a new leaf, and maybe that'll be something good. We can always hope for something like that.
Right. Plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Austin Morris said, a conservative is a liberal who got mugged.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that'll change your mind in a hurry. The idea that you don't need guns because the cops have guns. I used to think that too. I believed their hook, line, and sinker. I believed it because I was anti-gun, because my nephew got shot 20 times. And so
we're in a special time where we don't want to use guns at all if we can avoid anything.
No.
Obviously, protect yourself. It's for defense, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If it's needed to defend yourself, yes. Just don't go out offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what they want.
Corbin,
that plays right into their...
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. Corbin says something pretty profound. Hurt people, hurt people. In other words, people who are hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. That's very profound, buddy.
I try to point out to people, look, people know what a narcissist, right? That's all about themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know we have a narcissistic government right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also have a government of psychopaths, because all they want to do is, if you speak out, they want to crush you. That's the whole idea of the cancel culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to crush you. That's why in general, if you're dealing with a psychopath, what you want to do is try to avoid them as much as you can directly, because that's what they want to do. They want to crush you. Don't give them an opportunity to crush you. You can work with fellow patriots. You can do things to pass up, to resist, but don't put yourself in their line of fire because they want to crush you. So go read about. You can find us online. Read about how does one deal with a psychopath, and then realize we have a government full of psychopaths right now. Now, what happens with a psychopath if you got one in your life? What they will try to do is they're trying to trigger you. They're going to try to get you to get angry so that you're no longer using your higher brain functions, and then they'll manipulate you. That's what they do. Many of you, I'm sure, have people in your lives that you can relate to that. And if you don't respond, if you keep your calm, what happens is they have time alone, and ultimately they have nobody to blame, and they start reflecting on themselves, and they can actually start to change. But you have to give them lots of space and let them have that time alone where they have nobody they can trigger. Then that's what we have to do here. That's what I'm saying. Stay calm. Don't fear. Trust in the plan. Trust in God. Trust in the Patriots. Trust in the Q drops. Trust in law and order. Trust in Durham. All those things. Just, do the things you can to prepare yourself, to protect yourself, but don't get actively involved as far as in any rallies other than at Trump rallies, because they want us to come out. They want to squash us. They want to use it as the basis. And they're going to do some of these bad things anyway, right? But the difference is so many people will suddenly be jarred awake because they'll see that there was nothing to justify what they're doing. Yeah. What they wanted is perfect justification. They want to be able to point and say, see, we're justified in taking away guns. We're justified in doing this. Well,
yep.
But
true.
So
Red in the Valley says 20 times, my goodness, I'm so sorry, Aaron. Yes, it was horrifying. His ex-girlfriend told him twice that she was going to have him killed and she was going to laugh. He went to the police and reported both threats.
right.
Those reports were inadmissible at court and considered hearsay. She walked. She never got implicated.
Right.
There's a lot of problems with our justice system, and that's one of them right there. That's not right.
This corruption is throughout, everywhere. That's why. That's what should awaken people up to the fact this is just not some everyday situation on planet Earth. We're trapped in this matrix. But the matrix is there for our benefit. We're really getting the education so that we see it, we know it, we won't go there again. It's being drilled home to us, and there's a good reason for it being drilled home to us, so that we become, when we go to the next level, we become good galactic citizens. Okay, we're experiencing the bad so that we can remember it, so it's stamped in our memory for all time. We don't want to go there, And of course, when we go to the next level, we won't encounter the same. It'll be a different. We'll have some similarities, but it'll be with other civilizations, like in Star Trek, right? There'll still be scarcity, but scarcity because not in our own solar system, but when we go traveling out there, there'll be other empires that have 10 solar systems, say, and ideas like the Federation or this movement, actually, where we come together and agree that we can work all together and fight a greater evil. some of the same evils that we're fighting here. Human trafficking is going to be, humanoid trafficking is going to exist throughout our galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're going to be helping other civilizations to wake up.
Right.
Now, there'll be limitations on what we can do and how we can do it because, you know, they have free will, and if they ask for help, we can help, but otherwise we'll have to let them ride this train, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like we're riding the train, you know? Don't worry, the train ride's going to be over soon.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll say, boy, that was a heck of a ride, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see that there are billions of extraterrestrials out there waiting to greet us, you know,
Mm-hmm.
embrace us and say, you know, boy, you guys been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll also say, we've been through something like it too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a rite of passage. We're graduating from equivalent of kindergarten, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We've got other graduations to go through eventually, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's just the beginning.
Right. Red in the Valley says, Aaron, what are your thoughts on aliens? Do they exist? I have my opinion, but curious, what do you think? Well, you know what? I do believe there are aliens. Look at all the life on this one little planet. There's like 166 different kinds of ducks. There's got to be life elsewhere. Remember now, to the aliens, we are aliens. So if you don't believe in aliens, you don't believe in yourself, because we are aliens to any other alien. Okay, that's my opinion.
There are some scientific studies out there that are now showing that life spontaneously pops up where the nutrients are all present for that life to take root. Okay,
Yeah.
so
But
David Wilcox shared some of those papers in the past, but
okay,
literally life will pop up spontaneously
yeah.
throughout the universe.
Corbin is, I'm agreeing with Corbin here. He says, we won't have scarcity, not at all. I agree with Corbin. I don't think we're going to have scarcity. Scarcity is a tool of the cabal. And we're going to moving into the world of abundance is what's going to happen. But that's only going to happen
Right.
when we do it ourselves, like when we grow our own food. So grow your own food.
We're living under economics of scarcity where somebody can control some resource. That's part of this simulation. And as soon as we transcend it in relative terms, we'll have all the abundance, especially of our solar system, which effectively is trillions of dollars per person.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going to get away from money because and people will be able to pursue their dreams, basically. Now, not everybody, most people are going to be responsible for that. Not everybody, right? There'll be some that don't know how to handle that kind of freedom. You know, but for the most part, people will be able to handle that. They'll want to see new things. They'll want to explore the solar system and the galaxy. They'll want to, you know, experience those new experiences, like seeing a 1,000-foot waterfall on some planet in our solar system. You know, they'll want to encounter some of those things. Just a natural curiosity. They'll want to help. They'll want to learn about new technologies of healing and see people healed and help. After what we've been through, don't you think there'll be a lot of people that want to go help another planet through this process? Sure.
Well, according to Corey Good, Mika is from our nearest planet that has people on it, and he's here to help us, you know, get through what they got through, beating the evil draconians that are controlling everything. I don't have my glasses. I can't see.
Remember, I don't know if anybody saw this Star Trek: The Next Generation, where they had where Data gets this message from this little girl on a planet that's being ravaged by volcanic eruptions, and he has he's allowed to help because she calls for help. You know, she
Uh-oh.
asks for help.
Uh-oh. Max,
Sure.
something's happening with the stream here. I think we're going to have to close it down. It looks like it's going to stop. We've been going a long time. I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank everyone who ordered a time machine with the super cubes. And I also want to thank our good friend Maxwell Smart for calling in. He calls in quite often, so you'll get another chance to hear him next time. We broadcast Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 9 or 10, or sometimes 11 o'clock. It depends on if Red Pill 78, the corruption detector, Zach Payne, is on, then we go on after him. But I think we're going to wrap it up right now. I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Corbin. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Remember, pray for Abby. We'll all be praying for everybody. We're all one here, and we're all family. So thank you so much. Keep looking up. Keep looking at the stars. Keep your cameras ready, and peace in.